I don't want to hear that. Hey, Desiree. You want to go ahead and go to your kennel? You're going to start that right now? I bet you better not. Go. Hey, woman. So pretty. Hey.
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
It's been a day. I'm going to put my glasses on to match yours. These are my glasses I use for work, but when you and I have these on, we look like sisters.
There's some crazy things going on.
Yeah, I need you today. I need to just bask in your knowledge and love, and I got some questions for you.
Okay.
Been a day. I haven't even gotten up. I ran a tub of water. I did do some dishes and cooked, but I have cried and wailed and oh, it has been a day.
It has been a crazy day. Tell me about your day and I'll tell you what's been going on.
Uh, well, really for the past couple of weeks I've been really cycling. I feel like I'm having a mini course in everything I worked on healing in the past 5 years. All in a couple of weeks, like a final exam.
It feels
And
like that.
yeah, so I'm overwhelmed with it because it's reminding me of things that I'm having to decide if I fully let go of and I fully healed. And then I also, you know how it's never linear. You run into people and things that cause you to go, oh, wow, there's still fucktards out there, you know,
Yeah.
and they still are. And then you go, oh, wait, isn't this what I'm doing this for? Is to help those. And so I'm reassessing like, am I really who I say I am? Am I really who I think I am? Am I really who I know I am? Or am I just going to be like, I'm done. I don't even want to do this shit no more, you know?
Right.
That.
Then you got to tell yourself, I chose this. I chose this. I chose this.
I keep
I have to
reminding
run and go
myself.
look in the mirror. Is this me? I chose this.
That's what I keep telling myself. I remind myself. I hear your words echo things that you said, and it helps me get through.
I actually have a hand mirror that was my grandmother's, and it fell on the floor, and I stepped on it, and it cracked, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Oh my gosh! I hear those things we said as children, like step out in a crack, break your mom's back, and I was like, "What?" And like, can I get this repaired? Because
Yeah,
it's
really.
sentimental.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What?"
Yeah, and that 7 years thing, I always say it's good luck. If it says 7 years bad luck, I always say it's 7 years good luck.
And here's this repetitive thing about this group seven. And so my first husband, after he had radiation, there was a seven on his back. And so seven is part of my numerology. And I always said seven was my lucky number. And now everybody's talking about group seven.
And my dad was 770 when he passed. So seven's been my theme. And seven was my theme when this kicked off 8 years ago.
And so when this algorithm started kicking in, I was like, oh my gosh, because I immediately pinpointed, like I made a reel about it. because those Schoolhouse Rock videos talk about the 7 and the 13, and I was like, Prince's song, of course, we can relate to, but it's not like it's something new. If you look back at other things, it's been sang about, Seven Bridges Row from the Eagles.
Yeah, that's
It was
right.
sang about in the Schoolhouse Rock videos. It's like, I'm glad it's here, but it's not something new. If you follow the bouncing ball, I would be like, oh, da, 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 da.
That's right. That's
Follow the
right.
bouncing ball. It's not necessarily something new. And so people are talking about the Three Eye Atlas, and I was like, okay. So from other premises, like if you know about Turtle Island and above the Atlas, it's not necessarily something new. It's been here. It's been
What's
around.
that?
So Turtle Island is a place with indigenous people, and so it follows the top of the turtle shell. So it could be like 12 or 13 tribes. So if you follow planetary alignments, but also some indigenous peoples, or if you follow the circle. So it's another part of prophecies. And so, like I've said before, like over the past several years, it's come out of my mouth, above the Atlas, above the Atlas. So I'm like, okay, these are also things that have been coming to me. And so like I've had some people that are like some of my clients, or people that I work with here and again, maybe in groups and drum circles, or I've worked with, privately, come back to me and say, oh, something you said like 2.5 years ago, 4 years ago, I wrote it down in my notebook, when we were in group or in a ceremony, like maybe when we did the Mexican Mayan cacao ceremonies, like I wrote down what you were talking about, and oh my God, it just happened. And so this is part of the quantum. And so I've never liked how they say quantum entanglement, even though we may all be entangled within each other. I just don't like that idea of entanglement. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, we are entangled. Like sometimes I feel like I have a colander on my head and it's spaghetti noodles and we're a little bit stinky or sticky,
Yeah.
like wash, rinse, repeat, because
Why did they say entanglement though?
well, because there's, so many of us in the collective consciousness. Right. So there's like so much going on in there and it gets really dense and thick. And so like this is why we have a lot of, do a lot of grounding and a lot of clearing to clear ourselves so we can hear, see or feel clearly, because there's sometimes so much noise going on. And sometimes what we're hearing, seeing, or feeling is not ours. We have to take a step back and take that breath and be like, this is not mine. That's theirs. Like tune in the radio, so
So
to speak.
that's what
Because
they mean
because
by
yeah, like
entanglement.
so if you think
Okay.
about it, like in your colander, is your spaghetti sticking together? Like what is that? Rinse.
I
Wash,
never
rinse,
ever put
repeat.
my spaghetti under cold water. I ask many Italians about it too, because I always like to eat it right out of the colander hot. But
Yeah,
I
sometimes
learned,
I do too. My mama was Italian. Yeah.
yeah,
Like,
if
yo.
I don't rinse it with cold water, it sticks together no matter
Yeah.
what. Yep.
So my mom would always be like, put a little salt in your pot and a little drop of oil, and that won't happen. So let's
Oh,
make sure we
okay.
stay moist, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Moisturize.
In my
Really, just
quantum entanglement.
yeah.
Okay, so
Just stay moist.
you don't
Yeah.
like quantum entanglement because you don't like to have that extra thought process of people's stuff everywhere.
Well, here's the thing. Everybody says like we have to ask permission and accept, and that's really stuck with me over the years because I don't have to ask permission and it's not my fault. And for so long, it made me feel so guilty
Oh,
about other people because I can't help it. Ever since I was a little kid, that's like, being Catholicized and being stuck in the quiet room. It's not my fault. It's not like I try to read you. I've tried to block myself. I actually work with flower essences and I work with a ton of yarrow to try to block myself from that.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to hurt you or read you on purpose. I can't help it. I
That's
can
one
walk
of the
into
things
I
when
can
you
walk into
ask
a
me what
room with
I'm dealing with
thousands of
today.
people.
That's one of the things.
Hmm.
What you're saying right now is what I couldn't
Hmm.
name it. When you asked me, I couldn't name it. But now that you're saying it, that's one of the
Yes.
things.
And so I'm really grateful for some of my really close friends that I've known for 40 or 50 years. Like I went to my 40th high school reunion this past summer. And so I was standing in between like these three guys. And so two of them, their wives really know me. But the other guy was in a newer relationship with a girl he's only been with for 4 years. And I was speaking the words that they were thinking, right? And so the other two guys' wives really know me. And so the one guy's sister goes, "Oh, she's just speaking Michael and Jimbo. Like they're used to it." But
Yeah.
the other one was like, "I didn't realize she knew them so well." Well,
Oh, damn.
so
They always want
I
them in the
literally like
crowd,
was
huh?
pointing like he's thinking saying, and it was something like about a truck like from our childhood and going to a concert, but we were laughing really hard. It was funny. Like we were laughing. It was like so funny. And so, like the one guy goes, "I want some of that LSD she's on." I'm just like, no, oh, I better watch what I'm saying. But it's not like that. Like I'm a totally clean and sober person. Like,
Right?
oh yeah, like
1 year
I'm
for
good.
me today.
So it's like, I can see, think, feel, hear, know
Yeah.
what everybody's what's going on. What's
That's
going
what
on?
that
I love that
is.
Marvin Gaye song. What's going on?
What's going on? What's
What's
going
going on? And I'm like, let's rise it up, people. Let's dance to it. Like, be happy, laugh about it. Um, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to intrude. And so people I get close with, I'm always seeing, thinking, feeling. I said to a close friend of mine the other day, like, "Oh, I see how you felt about that person." Oh,
Yeah.
so I'd rather bring it to a joyous moment and make it a happy, healing,
Yeah.
productive, because so if they want to call it quantum entanglement, it is very sticky. The world is going through some tremendous times. And so if you've heard people say we're standing on the sidelines of history, and we truly are, um, we'd want to make that vibration and frequency the best that it possibly could be. And for those of us that have the opportunity to do this, highest and best, highest and best. Let's transmute and transform this to the highest and best with the best of our ability. If, we're going to be a conduit for this and this is what we're here for, then, praise the Lord. You know, Sometimes it aggravates the hell out of me too. Like I had a really crazy, like so much fucked up shit going on. I was just like, really,
Yeah.
why?
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is the humanness of it,
Yeah.
you know. So anchor in.
So, are we fighting for humanity? I mean, are we
Yeah,
fighting? Like, what are we doing? I think we're fighting
yeah, yeah, for
for
sure.
humanity.
Yeah, for sure. For humanity, for the children, you know. Um, yeah, definitely. Yes. Every little ripple, every little glimmer, every little echo of anything good, the goodness that we put out is definitely how we're fighting for humanity.
You know what?
Hmm.
I started to think about Abraham Hicks because when I
Yeah.
first heard of her, excuse me, it was 2018. And that's whenever, according to some astrology talk, that was like we're finalizing right now some stuff that was from 2018, and I
Hmm.
could not comprehend her. Like at first, I was fascinated with the crazy of the teeter totter back and forth and I knew she had something to say, but it
Yeah.
took me years to finally glean that to just stay on the good side of thought processes.
Yeah. Esther and Abraham are really cool. I really like them. I like her.
Yeah,
I like them. I do.
me too. But I finally got that realization, and then I heard an indigenous man talk about. I guess that's what they refer is how they were only taught the goods to not think of devils, or like we were taught in religion. You and we gleaned all
Mhm.
kind of thought processes, but
Yep.
just to think of good. And I think that's major. So, which brings me to a question about your profile is awesome. Your profile is so awesome. You're so awesome. When
Thank
you
you.
had the
Sorry.
witches on there, I'm gonna just get this one out of the way.
Yeah.
When you had the witches on there, and you were stirring the pot, and it said we only use local children. What the hell? And then
Just,
what the other one, it says you don't want them to spoil. What does that mean? Tell me
I
the darkest
just,
deeps of why
so I
you
was
have.
just making so many jokes, because so listen, I I make a lot of things. That's what I learned from my grandmother and my mother. Like right now, I've got this little jar. It's got bay leaves and cloves and star anise and cinnamon sticks, and it's got some salt, and it'll draw the negativity out of your house. And so I know a lot about witchcraft or shamanism. I've been initiated in many different shamanic practices. I've gotten the Moonai Kai rites and the 13th rite of the healer. So I've done the Mexican Maya and cacao ceremonies, and so many of these initiations, and these are ancient practices. And so this goes along with astrology as well. We've had so many planetary alignments this year. It's amazing. First time this has happened in 27,000 years. So sometimes with these temples lining up, with the Sirius central sun, our sun, so many of these planetary things that they unlock the black box of Saturn. And like, listen, I fell this year, and I broke this finger. That's that ring is Saturn, all this stuff with Mars.
You saw I
And
fell and broke
so
this finger.
I did. And I was so aggravated today. So this tooth I've had fixed many times. And I was supposed to go and get it fixed this week and then this morning. And then the doctor called and canceled on me. And
Oh
I'm
boy.
just like, really? And so I would have loved to have taken the time and put the filter on. And I was like, I don't care. I'm not putting the filter on. Oh, smooth face, nice teeth. You know, it is what it is. I was just like, all right, just turn the camera on.
Yeah,
Um,
you look
but I
great
was
though.
like, it's like the
I
third
wouldn't have
time
noticed.
she's canceled on me to fix his tooth. Listen, you know some of my
Maybe she's
story.
afraid to try to fix it. Maybe she find somebody else.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe I should. Maybe I should get a different dentist. It's just like I'm going to be 60 this year. I'm working to save these teeth. You know some of my story that I had some major tumors burst. I was in a coma for a long time. They told my family that I had no brain activity, that I would never walk or talk again. And so, and I do have some of a scratchy throat this week. And so this is part of the stuff that was going wrong. My doctor was literally like, okay, I want you to start using the nebulizer again. So I pulled out my nebulizer machine because I have allergy generated asthma and bronchitis I have my whole life. And it wasn't working. So I was running through here looking for old cords, trying to put it together yesterday because like I was losing my voice, and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm supposed to talk about light language and I have no voice. So
Oh
I pulled out
boy.
my tuning forks, and I'm like, oh great. I'm like, I'm not canceling. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Oh,
fix
me and you
this.
both, boy.
I'm going to use my tuning forks. I'm going to get this machine going. So I was making a ton of phone calls, calling the company. The serviceman finally called me back last night, like after 5. So I'm like, oh my God, they're closed. I'm not going to get a call back. So I'm like, okay, this is a cosmic clusterfuck. Like, what the fuck? I'm like,
That's what it's
here we
felt
go.
like.
I'm like, where the fuck is Mars? I'm like,
This
it's fucking.
finger, this
I
tooth.
was like, Mercury went into Sagittarius. I have a triple Sagittarius with a bunch of other planets in Aries. I'm
Oh,
like,
I love
in
Sagittarius.
Chiron, I go, this is what is fucking with me, God damn it. Excuse my language. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So I'm doing the whole Pono prayer. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Please forgive. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Just let's fix this. So I got the
He
cord.
just
I got the
take
machine straightened out.
away.
They delivered the medication. I'm just like, I can like smooth this out. And this is it. wash on, wash
Wash
off. Like don't
off.
fight it.
What the wash don't
Don't
get, the rinse will.
rinse, wash, rinse, repeat. You know, be nice. It's gonna get taken care of, right? Because I'm like, are you going to be able to sing your light language? And I'm like, oh, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene,
Me,
divine
me,
and holy
me, 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 me. A
Sophia.
doe, a deer.
Come
I'm
to
gonna
me,
send an
my
invite to
ancestors, because
somebody
it was
right now.
Halloween. It
Oh
was
my god.
Halloween, so I picked all those particular memes to share because I was like, this is what's going on. And then you made that awesome video out of it because I was like, snap, 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 abracadabra, because I was like,
That was so funny. Those ones about the spoiling of the kids and the we only choose local kids. I was like, I gotta find out what was she thinking behind that one because you know how the world is today. I'm like,
yeah.
it was crazy. I stopped eating meat officially.
Did you?
I'm
So my
trying.
guy was telling me because my doctor had said to me, you need to start eating some meat again. So I did last spring, and I've been eating some meat over the summer, but I just said this week that I'm going to stop eating meat again. So I've just been eating some grass-fed organic chicken.
Yeah,
You know, good stuff. You know, it's
yeah,
ethically taken care of.
yeah. Tyson's
And
rough on them.
I do set my intentions and pray over my food and breathe it into my water. I do all that. I'm very conscious and mindful about my food and speaking to my food and water before I consume it. And, saying, send it back to nature, send it back to its organic state. I speak to it. I speak
Yeah,
to it before I consume it until to digest well, upgrade my cells and organs. I do have that.
that's cool.
Um, I set intentions for everything. I'm like, I do that all the time.
I
So I
just
make a lot
heard.
of different things to drink.
Well, I
And
heard this somebody talk about on Instagram that every meat, like they did a one of them cooking shows and they had three judges try a sausage and there were
yeah.
three options of what could be in the sausage, and they're saying that they're recycling humans now.
So yeah, they're making synthetic and they're recycling humans. And I've always known this about places like Burger King, McDonald's, yada yada. I come from a family that has property in the southern tier of New York, so we have cabins. And so growing up when I was a kid with my grandfather, and then a little bit older, they were hunters. But at my sister's place, they don't do that anymore. They feed the animals, so they were getting sparse and thin, and went through some drought areas. But it's not like that anymore. They grow garlic and soybeans and corn, and they feed the animals, and so it's quite lush there now. I mean, I'm not going to say it's totally lush. We did go through a drought this year as well, but they're very mindful of the land and take care of it. And her boyfriend has a cabin as well and do the same thing on their land. And they also rotate the trees. So, like, they're taking care of the trees. And then, when one gets to be like maybe several hundred years old, or, they need to thin certain areas. So they're rotating around the areas. So, that's in Allegheny and Genesee counties here in New York State. So, that's what we need to do for Mother Earth, Gaia, because she sustains us and we sustain her. And so, it's good for us to grow our food when we can, and that's what we consume and take care of her. And actually, they just left. My sister just stopped here the other day when they were leaving to go down to Florida. They go to Florida for the winter and have my other sisters up at the cabin. Um, but yeah.
Weren't you going? Weren't you doing that too?
So yeah, I'll probably go there. They just got a new RV this year, so they're planning on heading west. Um, he did say to me, "Do you want to head west with us?" It depends. I finally got myself in a good
If you go
physical
west, stop
therapy
by me on the
regimen.
way.
Yeah,
Yeah, I had to
yeah,
think about it. I'm like, wait, I am west.
yeah, yeah. I'd really like to. This summer we drove around in it. We were out on the lake. We were at Lake Chautauqua. We were on Lake Erie. We went around and then we went up to the cabin. It was a really nice July and August. I haven't been out west in like many years. Like New Mexico, Arizona, Colorado, and I have another really good friend out in Colorado. So yeah, I've had visions of that for many years that I was in an RV traveling that way. So I know what's going to happen because I've been dreaming it and seeing it. So I know what's supposed to happen. But I've been really working on this leg. I almost lost my right leg
Damn,
and I've
mama.
had a few surgeries on it, but it's repairing really nicely. I've
What happened?
So when I was in that coma, I caught strep and strep went into my bones and then I almost lost it. And then I had to have a hip replacement and a rod put in my leg. And then it shrank and got really emaciated. So I've been on a pretty, particularly well diet of how I eat and take care of it. And then so I had to learn how to walk again. And so I'm still doing that. And then in the past couple of years, when that other illness went around that begins with the COVID, and so I caught that a couple of times when I was working in an assisted living center. I was taking care of an elderly woman who had dementia. And so I caught that a couple of times, and that put me down. I had pneumonia a couple of times, hence why I'm using the nebulizer. So I'm just regenerating again. And so that's something I came to understand about my life as well, is that I'm a person, and I know a lot of people get weird about talking about the soul contract thing. Um, but I came to understand some things about myself. And I think that's like really the difference between understanding your Western chart and your Vedic chart. I met some people that over in India that I became friends with and did me like a full thing with my Vedic chart and a reading, and I made really good friends with this person. And he knew things about me that I never would have expected. Like he knew about my childhood, he knew about my marriages, he knew about illnesses I went through, and then he kind of told me about my future. And I really trusted him and believed him. And so he gave me some really good advice, which, really brought me into understanding the need for meditation and silence and solitude and backing off of certain things. And how I
I
should
like
treat
how you've been
myself.
doing that.
Pardon me?
I like how you've been going, pulling back when you need to. I like how you've been doing that.
Yeah. Understanding that we meet certain people in our life for a reason, and they're here for us to remember things. I did a lot of past life regressions.
Do you do
Um,
those for people or you just had them done with you?
I had them done with me, and actually, where I took my psychic mediumship course, there was a person coming in that's supposed to be teaching that, so you can get certified in it, and I'm really interested in that. So I would really love to do that for other people. So it is something I'm very interested in taking. So yeah, I really am interested in learning how to do that for other people. And so, I don't know if you've like been in the butterfly sanctuary or with Opal, but I did that with her and it was really good.
No, I haven't. I've not.
Yes. So I really appreciate the work that she's doing in there and popping into that group. I did it with her a couple of times and it was just
What does
really
she
good for
do?
me. She's an ascension teacher and she's on every morning from like 9 to between 11 and whenever she goes off. So at 11:11 every morning, they sing songs together. So they sing like the songs of Orion, some of the songs from the Seven Sisters Pleiades. It's just a very opening group that I really resonate with. And so, I popped in there a few months ago and it just really resonated with me. And it's a really great
Maybe
bunch of
send me that
girls.
when we get off of here.
I'll send you
Maybe
the, yeah,
that'd be
I'll send you
great.
the link.
I'd like
And
to start
so
getting up
I've
a little earlier, and that might help me get some motivation to do so.
Yeah. And so I've met a great bunch of girls in there that are also like really connected with the Sophia codes and the dragons. It just really resonated with me. I also kind of been popping into like some of Mama Yaya's groups when she goes into her portal. Like I can very often see through other people. So when it resonates with my soul and I see good people and that
Yeah.
they're on a similar path to me, people that I feel are very trustworthy, honest, authentic, coming from that loving place, and it really resonate with me.
Yeah, agreed.
So, because TikTok can be a swampy place.
Ooh-wee. When I first got
Yeah,
on here, I
yeah,
literally felt like I was going into portals every time.
yeah,
And I was like, I probably got blocked so many times when I first came
yeah.
on TikTok. It was like blocked. I was like, okay, I'm good. I'm doing real good. I'm getting blocked everywhere I go. It was like, yeah.
I'd be like, if
And
somebody
then
doesn't block me at least once a day, I'm not doing my job.
exactly. And so finally I was like, oh, wait, this one's stuck. This one's stuck. This one's stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy when I first got here.
So I just always want to be like, if everything is for the highest and best, if everything agrees with, spirit and with your soul, you can sense if people are really good people.
Yeah.
They're working for the highest and best. They want everything for the best for humanity. If they want everything for the best for spirit, you know.
What do you do when this is kind of a hypothetical, but what do you do when you know that they're in the mind doing it for more so motivation on the outside for like show,
Yeah,
and
sometimes
you
you can
can
tell.
sense and know that
Yeah.
because that part of me
So,
wants to help them get the realization, and I still do. And this probably won't
yeah.
change, but hopefully, I don't know if this is one of my things I need to work on, not giving my energy to, which is part of when you ask me what I've been working on. That's one of the other things. It's coming up so much to think about who I'm giving my energy to right now.
So I've recognized a lot of that lately, and there's a lot of chaos energy going around. And so I've recognized a lot of really hurt, wounded people coming in. So I like to take a breath and take a step back. So, like, to really understand if people are really gaslighting narcissists, or if they're just truly hurt and injured, and if we should, put out the olive branch, or if we should just take a step back and let them find their grounding, so to speak, in the swim. So are people like literally lifting their hand above the water because they need a helping hand, or do they need to find their own footing? Because, like, I've seen some people getting really freaking crazy lately, and I just had to back out because I'm just like, oh, this non-beneficial energy is just too freaking disruptive. Um, and so, this is why I stay really silent sometimes and just watch to see, which way are you going back and forth, and is there gonna, find some balance here? Because some people are just really out there attacking each other. And so, this is why I really use the words gaslighting narcissists, or people that are truly wounded. And so, sometimes we just really need count to 3, 4, 5, take that deep breath, take a step back, and just really look, watch, listen. Like, it's like that song, Hey, oh, wait, I was just thinking of a song in my head. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going
Rolling
down.
down, hey now.
No,
Yeah,
no, what's that
love it.
sound?
Yeah.
Everybody look what's going
Going
down.
down.
Because we're in really tumultuous times. And there's so many generational differences as well. Like, it's not even every decade anymore. It's like every 5 years. We're in a different generational change. And so, like, what are people really looking for? Like, who, what, where, when, how? What are they really reaching out for? Because there's been so much human slavery going on. And so, like, what is really the soul fragmentation there? You know what I'm saying? What is really the
Ooh,
mother
yeah,
father wound, and what is the
yeah.
balance? There's so much, and you and I both know that because we've been through so much.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
That's a good thing to open it to kind of ask spirit to help to point for focus in prayer for, yeah.
Yes, yes. To focus in prayer
Yeah.
for, yeah.
9:06. That's a
I mean,
timestamp
like
right
I
there.
noticed so many people want to
And
back away from us.
144 on, look, there was
People really
144
want to back away
taps.
because we're using the word God, but I love the word God.
Me
I was
too.
to always use the word God. Like my grandfather comes to me, and I recognize like he went through World War II, he went through Korea, and he walked to church every day at 4:30. And I understand why people will still reach out for religion, even though people are so discombobulated about religion nowadays.
Hmm.
And I understand why that brought them peace and calm.
Yeah.
It was a tumultuous time. And so they were brought up through World War I, World War II. And we are in a war right now.
Yeah, we are.
There's a spiritual war, and there's warring going on all around this planet and out there in other dimensions. And people are popping in and out. If you don't even recognize this to understand, somebody could disappear right next to you, and that capability is here now. Snap, gone. Don't misunderstand that. The powers that be, and there's other crazy powers that be. We're turning darkness into light, but don't misunderstand. We're ultra powerful, unlimited human beings. Like we are the battery. But you could turn your head and somebody next to you could just disappear like that. That's some cold hearted reality. So, we need to understand like, if something is stabilizing somebody, we need to honor that for them and us, you know. So that's like real serious.
Yeah, it is. I was just, what made you, I don't know, you probably did hear me say it, but when we were saying that, it's 144 taps. Yeah,
Yeah.
I see
There you
144
go.
all the time.
There you
Uh,
go.
but yeah, oh gosh, there's so much in there between 9:06 and 9:08 on a timestamp is a great stuff. Okay, so the war, people disappear. Okay, timelines, that's what it was.
Yeah.
I have noticed because I thought I was going crazy. You know that we all, when I say we all, I speak for myself, but I really was in the wilderness and I really was having to feel my way through with this little light of mine because I was out there. But when I got better and came to and started to heal and unpack the CPTSD and all of that, my nervous system was undoing, there was still times when I would put something down, or for example, this is a perfect example. Perfect example. It's crazy. I put my glasses in the cabinet, bottom down and top up. You know how people sometimes flip them upside down? Most people do it upside
Mhm.
down. I don't do that. But I opened my cabinet today. Well, first of all, there were no glasses in my cabinet hardly when I got back up here. My daughter, I don't know what she did with them, but they wasn't hardly none in there. Now they're full out to the door of the thing, and one of them was flipped upside down. And I had to stop. I know. I stopped and I said, "You're not going crazy. So what? One of them's
Right.
upside down. So what?" And then I start, but I'm the only one here. And I don't do that. So then my brain would want to go, did somebody come in my house? This is paranoid, schizophrenic, delusional type shit. But I'm like, no. And then I jump over to the next option. Did I just dump a timeline? Was that cup here from when I used to put them face down? Because I used to put them face down or top down. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, is my mind reaching back and forth in timelines?
No. I want to say, did you have a grandmother that used to read with you that might be laying in bed with you that used to wear glasses and she had like a eyeglass holder?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so she has an eyeglass holder
Yeah.
that she used to have, and then she'd put the glasses up and down like this. And maybe she used to lay in bed with you. Would she be laying in bed with you? Does
Yeah.
that resonate with
I
you?
always slept with my grandma.
Yeah, that's what she's saying. She's saying she turned the glasses over just to let you know she's still there.
Aw. That's so sweet.
Yeah.
That's sweet. She's
She did.
awesome. I
She
name
did
well.
it.
It's funny because
I'm sorry.
because I
I had to look at it. I had to look at it for a minute because then I was seeing like a gold chain with little pearls on it,
yeah, she
and the
had a
glass
gold
was
chain on her
going up and
glasses for
down.
sure.
And,
Well,
and
she
she literally wanted to say while she was laying in bed with you, and you'd roll over and huff like. But and then it was like I saw like a pink pillow and a gold chain with little pearls, and that like if you were to roll over and pull the drawer open, like she'd want to give you a hug just to let you know that you're still safe.
well, my daughter that I said leaves the stuff out or whatever. Her name is Trinity, and that's for me and her, and my mama.
The three of you see
Yeah.
had the power of three. There you go. That makes sense. Yeah,
Well,
that makes
I've been
sense.
feeling that lately too because she's been coming, and that's another thing. When you ask me how what's been going on, these are all it's all coming up now to name more
There you
specifically.
go.
She,
Oh,
well, not just her, but when I did that last 10 minutes till countdown advertisement
well, that
just
was right
now,
at 1011 my time
was
too. There
it?
you go.
All
There's the
right,
1011.
that's Evan.
There you go.
Well, it had the sound in it was about ancestry. And I was thinking about you so much because it was like the perfect song that came up. But when we talk about ancestors coming back in, we've touched on this before, but
I can hear in my head, baby's got blue eyes or something. Baby's got blue eyes.
well, you know what's funny too? My daddy drove trucks. And my daddy was Piney Wood Streaker, okay, for whatever reason. And my mom was Blue Eyes. And so I was in my mama's belly on my dad's big truck the whole time. Then I was born and was still rode the big truck. And they called me
Oh,
Baby Blue Eyes.
there you
So
go.
it was since my
See, they're
daddy,
all right there.
I
It's
never,
all.
I never had anyone, not even my grandma, that I felt like was there. And not like I see my daddy or things, but things that remind me so much, like the number seven and what you just said of my daddy since
Yeah.
he passed in July. But the ancestry thing, I've been working that out more because there were so many. I got this revelation today about that okay, so they're trying to tell you, but I say, I was angry with them because my grandpa didn't stop this or this so and so did that. But they're trying to tell you, look what I did wrong and do it right. Like change what you see, what you don't like about what I did wrong, do the opposite.
Yeah. That's just like, it so opens up my heart because the anniversary of my mama's passing is November 3rd.
Oh,
So all the women in my family have passed away from ovarian cancer. But I had ovarian and colon cancer, but I've been in remission since 2012, right? So I had a big conversation with somebody today because my great grandfather was one of the major doctors at the major hospitals here in the town. I'm from, Buffalo, New York, right? So I had a big conversation with somebody today because they're starting to bring the med beds in. Like this
oh
is like
wow.
a big, huge thing now that these healing med beds are coming in. And so people are like all disgruntled about this new technology, and I don't care where it comes from because I'm not political, but there's a lot of information coming out about Mr. Trump or Mr. Kennedy or wherever it comes from. It doesn't matter. There's one in my town now. It's like right around the corner from my house. And I'm super excited about it because they've been talking about it for so many years. So I've told people like I'm the chain breaker. I've broken so many chains in my family lineage with these healing modalities after everything that I've been through. But my great grandfather back in the late 1800s, early 1900s was one of the people that stopped sound healing and brought chemotherapy into this area. So when people talk about elitist, that's like that whole thing that a lot of people
You
talk
said he
about. Like,
stopped sound therapy and brought chemotherapy? That's your family.
Yeah.
So you're not proud
And
of that. I got
so
you.
when we talk about like a karma dharma wheel, because then most of the women in my family went through ovarian cancer and that was their demise, but not mine. Not mine. And I work with tuning forks and singing bowls and crystals and yeah and stuff, blah blah blah. Move forward. Because we all know, like, I went through a lot of things, but I am a thriver. I'm not even going to say like things like, oh my God, I am a survivor. I want to say I am a thriver. And this is like the new medicines that we're working through. And these are the things that we can do. Like when I say things like we are the battery or we are the ones or we can change things. But so, okay, so their spirits come to me all the time. Like the other day, I was in here and all of a sudden the whole house started smelling like Shalimar perfume. So that's the same perfume that my grandmother and my mother wore. Like the house just like filled up with it. And it's like my son knows too. It's like I have two cats right here. I'll show you my cat. It's a riot. My two cats, they chase the orbs. Look at them.
Oh, that's beautiful.
They're a riot.
So pretty.
But like my son will come running in here, like he'll take videos of them. He'll be like, Mom, look, they're chasing the orbs around like the orbs. They'll be flashing on the ceiling. And then my son will send me a video and he'll be like, Mom, look, cats are chasing grandma and grandpa around again. Here the orbs are flying on the ceiling, right? And so my cats are, let's see, I got them right after I woke up from the coma, right? When they were just little kittens. I got them like to keep, keep my son company. He'd been through a lot. Like he was young then. He's 27 now. He was only like 12 then, right? So now they've been our familiars, our companions since then. But like the cats know, my son knows. So I'm so grateful for that. So what I want to see is like everybody in spirit changes from the other side. Like these things that happen in life here, from the other side, all of that changes. Like they have remorse for what they did and they want to make things right. They come to you and tell you things like, okay, we're sorry that this happens. We're changing this for you. They come here to support you. Like sometimes I tell people like, like, what do I need to go to a New Year's Eve party when I can hang out here?
With everybody. Well, my ancestors.
Like, what are you doing? I'm dancing around the house. Like, my son's friends come over here and they're like, what's your mom doing now? And he's like, she's having some kind of oil fest because I'm in the kitchen dancing. And like, then I'll run in his room and be like, your grandfather just said, blah, 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 blah. But it's good. It's a healing message, right? It's like, now my head's itching. So I'm so grateful. Or like, so this is the beauty part of light language. I recognize now when I was a kid, I was speaking those languages because it was bringing me somewhere. It was protecting me from something. It was helping me show my face when I felt something ugly or abusive. It was bringing me to a place that the angelic
Locked in.
right. Like if I was getting kicked in the timeout room at my Catholic school or at church, those beings were bringing me to a protective, healing place or helping me use my voice. And it's the same. It's the same way now. And I'm grateful that it's bringing my son into that fold as well.
So he's
Like
waking up to this?
yeah, yeah. Well, you can't help it when you have a crazy mom running around the house doing this all
Well,
the
I'm a
time.
crazy mom, so.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah. It's good. I'm grateful. He's just yeah. It's good. Yeah. Um, it's been difficult for us. My dad passed away like 3 years ago, and so yeah, grief processing and recognizing that. I think actually me having that illness and having to move in here because I needed his help brought us closer together. And that is woman healing. That
Yeah.
is family healing. That is what did I say to you just a little bit while ago? Soul fragments. that is pulling those soul fragments together. That is family generational healing. That is spirit, God bringing us all back together to do what we need to do. I fully believe everything happens for a reason.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, oh gosh, it's about your son getting. Oh, he was close to your daddy. Your son was close to your daddy.
Not necessarily, but I was in a coma and I knew that I was getting really sick and they were getting ready to mercy flight me someplace. So I called my dad and said, please come help me.
Yeah.
So my dad hopped in a truck and I wasn't real close with my dad at that time. I had a very tumultuous relationship with him. He
Damn.
went and picked up my kid and brought him back here. And then I was in that coma for a while. And then I had a long recovery period, but it worked out. And um, he was he was the chief of the fire department in this town, and then he was the president of the Firemen's Association of the state of New York. And
Wow.
eventually, he had cancer from the chemicals at 9/11 and had to have his leg amputated.
Oh my
So
God.
he called me and asked me to come here and help him. And
Wow.
then, I'm grateful to him. He put a roof over our heads and, came and helped us. Yeah.
Well, I heard you say the other night that you had like these families with part of your families had like master's degrees and all that other stuff. What?
Um, my mom ended up going and getting her doctorate, and so she worked in like early childhood education, and she started Western New York ALD, adult learning disabled. So prior to that, um, she had been a cosmetologist and she ran Peter Piccolo. And like we had a shop in our basement, and she also worked at several other hairdressing shops. But then she also had like ran a record store and game room on the island that I grew up on. So she'd had all different kinds of jobs. She also ran a hot dog stand. And my
And
dad,
she got a doctorate.
and so my stepfather owned a marina. So my stepfather was like a boat racer and owned a marina. And so my mom she was always, had another like brave idea to like start a different business. And then she went back to school. So she was running this hot dog stand and, but then she got cancer and passed away. So she'd moved down to Florida. She also had a bingo hall. She had a lot of different things. Bowling alley, bingo
And a
hall,
doctorate.
and a doctorate where she so
God,
she started Western New York adult learning disabled, yes, which was like a grounding place for a lot of other things that are now in place because my mom passed away 30 years ago.
wow.
Yeah.
That's why you said that about the hot dog stand the other night.
Yeah.
It's money in hot
So
dogs.
so a lot of my family members were professors. My grandfather worked for Bell Aerospace, but he was also an engineer. So he also worked at the local college. And so did my uncle. So a lot of my grandmother too. So my grandmother was a piano teacher. So they were all educators and also had other jobs and were also doing other things as volunteer positions and things for the community and just always getting involved, in something else. It would be for the people, for the community, doing something else like that. Yeah.
That's awesome. But
Yeah.
they were born in New York too, all y'all.
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Man, I'll
Yeah.
tell you what. I feel better right now than I did when I got on here. Like I was like barely
Yeah.
breathing. I was like, just do it, just get there.
Right.
Yeah.
I know I can, um, my doctor told me that this is allergy generated. So my friend Kirsten, one of my best friends, and she's been my business partner in multiple ventures, told me that in Chinese medicine, allergies are related to being offended. So
Okay.
I was outside hugging the tree and asking the tree, what am I offended by? And I've done this before. So just because I
Find
just
out.
look up a nebulizer. So I wanted to ask, I'm outside asking Mother Nature with my feet, bare feet in the grass, because we've been really blessed here in New York
Us too.
that the weather has been pretty nice,
Us
right? It hasn't
too.
been too bad.
I know. My last little couple of leaves fell off the last little tree. I could look out the window, and there was like a little bushel of leaves, and now they're all gone. I'm like, I made sure I kept that memory in my mind of those last little leaves.
So I made a simmer pot today. I put some cloves, cinnamon sticks, star anise,
Sorry, JD. I'm
and
sorry.
I
I,
got
I did not
berries.
mean to
Hi.
invite JD. I
Hi,
love you,
everybody
JD,
that's
but I just meant
here.
to tell you hello.
I know. Hi, everybody. Do any of you guys have questions? Does
Well,
anybody have
I
questions?
meant to tell him hello. I just did it again. I'm sorry. He knows what I mean. He might have even stayed, but I went to tell him hello and I accidentally pushed it. When evidently when you push the name, it I don't know. You know how I am about this thing. Sorry.
Yeah. I was going to say, I've only gone live on my own account a couple times, and that's mostly been at music events. And I thought I should have practiced and gone live a couple times, but it's okay.
Can you do panels yet?
Um, I'm not sure how many times you have to go live before you can do
Three. I think it's
panels.
three.
Yeah, I think I've gone live 3 times. It keeps telling me to go live again.
Yeah, three times
Um,
at 30 minutes, I think, and you're in.
I don't know if I've gone for 30 minutes. I did over the summer. I went live at music events several times.
That's what I miss. I miss concerts.
Oh, the summer was great for music here.
Yeah, it was a nice time for it. They have good music here, but I was in Louisiana the whole time floating in my son's pool. So I missed all that.
So where is that beach that you were going to that you were and you have a dog? You were
It's,
taking the dog to.
yeah, it's only right. It's only like 5 blocks away. It's not far. Maybe a mile. Maybe. It's Lake
So you
Michigan.
live real close to the water. It's Lake Michigan.
Yeah. Yeah. Just a few blocks away. I love it. It saved my life. Oh, you just go sit out there, rain, snow, sleet, shine, whatever. It didn't matter. I would just go by the lake, and if I can put my feet on the ground, if I can be out there, I do. But if I just have to sit in my car and watch the waves and listen, I do that too. Because you know the
It's
sound.
really good to be on the water.
Yeah.
I live really close to Niagara River, which is right in between Lake Erie and Lake Ontario.
So yeah, you got the top of the lakes up where you are, huh? All right.
Yeah.
Um, every time I want to ask you a question, it's like it goes to the back of my mind, and I have to think about what I'm going to pull it, how I'm going to pull it back up. What about um the sounds from the lake or like all of that? You're familiar with all of that sound vibrations from
Yes.
water. So there's a rhythm that the lake that waves produce in the body that helps it.
Yes. So I actually grew up on Grand Island, which is in the middle of the Niagara River. I grew up just about a mile above Niagara Falls. Um, and so I would actually like crawl out my bedroom window and go and sleep on the boat.
Oh,
The rhythm of the water was so calming for me. Um, and I actually recognized that I felt the peace from the water or that I could speak to the water, and I'm still that way. I'm a couple miles away now, but I get myself in the water every day. I like to do dishes. I have my hands in the water. Like I take really long showers, and I get like most of my messages. Like I'm in the shower speaking to the water all the time. I have like a big connection personally with water.
that
Like
is part
the
of it
water
then.
is like the plasma, you know what I mean?
Okay. What is the best thing to do because the three water? planets are trining right now till December. What do you recommend for like? Because that's a lot of water. Still just
Yeah.
grounding. I say grounding still, and I'm having a fire as much as I can outside.
So I think it depends on how everybody feels about it. Personally, like, I have seen some people, like, when I read their energy, it almost looks like they're drowning and their hand is trying to reach up out of the water. So I think, everybody should really investigate for themselves. That's why I think astrology is important for people. Like when I started learning astrology, I was like, oh my gosh,
Hmm.
this makes so much sense to me. Um, and so like I love listening to Astro. And like so I guess maybe it was like 7 years ago, I randomly just landed in a Groupon kick. Like I started talking this friend of mine said to me, "Oh, do you want to start talking on Kick?" I didn't know anything about that app, but I landed in an astrology group and the same thing. I just sat back and watched and listened and
Yeah.
people were inputting. So you can look up so many things. So then I just got a yearly subscription to the Astro Matrix app. And so that's astrology with tarot and oracle cards and crystals attached to it. And I just started learning about myself. And so, wait, what other app do I have? I have another app that I use every day. Um, it's one that's got meditations attached to it. It's Is it the numerology app or is no Astro Matrix doesn't have it? Oh, it's Moonly, the Moonly app. I also got that Moonly app. I've had it for years and it's got so many meditations and it does the same thing. It shows you Vedic and Western, or you can it has a whole different choice of all these different things. It'll tell you about runes, it'll tell you about meditation. You can type in what you want to explore, but it's got a ton of different meditations. And so, like, I just did that for myself so I could understand about myself because it follows the moon cycles
Yeah.
and it's got meditations and other things that'll talk about yoga or just a whole bunch of different things for you to help explore yourself or how to fill your own cup. And
Yeah.
then you can ask it questions and it's got extra things like add-on purchases, but it's not really that expensive. Like the add-on purchases might be 15 or $20 to explore other things. So I found it to be a really fruitful app. I've had it for a few years just to explore myself, to, figure things out. So between those two apps, it was really helpful. And, like I said, like I was going through some illnesses and some surgeries. So, like, what do we have in our hands? Like, the most powerful tool ever, our phone. So, what are you going to do? Like, instead of doom scrolling
Yeah.
or like really, like, if you're hanging out on TikTok, there is information you can look up instead of watching people in dualism, like talking smack.
Yeah.
You can actually get some apps for a really reasonable price that are really helpful and knowledgeable. Or if you're actually going to listen to somebody, like we mentioned a couple names today, listen to somebody that's like really actually helpful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I kind of I know random
When
information.
I get on here, I do that a little bit of that, but I'm mostly on my
Yeah.
TV with YouTube. I have
Yeah,
I don't even
YouTube's
know what
got a lot
playlists
of
are public, but I
information.
got so much stuff that I'm into.
Well, when I noticed that you were talking about frequencies
Hmm.
and that you knew frequencies related to planets and our chakras, like I was like, oh, I gotta follow along on this. 'Cause
Oh
that's
yeah.
like what I do. Like I just, listen to frequencies because that's what's healing. Like, truthfully, um, I try to do some stretching and then I go to physical therapy and then I sleep a lot.
Yeah.
Because this is the first couple of years my body started catching up on sleep. Like before that, I had a sleep disorder. Like since I was a kid, I was I literally had no sleep. I just couldn't sleep and I was a nervous wreck. This is the first couple of years that I finally started getting rest.
Same.
So now I feel like I'm catching up on like 40, 50 years of sleep, and I'm so
Yeah.
grateful for that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said you finally are comfortable in your own body or feeling safe in your own body. That was profound.
Yeah. So really, like I said, I didn't get along with my dad that well. And then, I had a really tumultuous relationship with my son's father
Oh,
that
wow.
turned out to be really stalkerish and
What's
kidnapping
soccer?
and held hostage. So like
Wait,
it took
what?
me a long time to get through that.
What'd you call it? Soccerish?
Yeah.
What's that?
Like
Soccer?
he literally, took me and held me and
Oh, I was
um
there. I
it
totally
took
know.
me a long time to get through that.
Ooh wee. That don't. I never. That really did. I never knew about that. That was
Yeah,
rough.
that was
Oh my
a really
God.
hard time. So after that happened, I finally got, on my feet and into my own place. And then I moved into a really haunted building. And so like that
How
was
they try to get you
difficult.
through the ghost, huh?
No, listen, because I'm a psychic medium and then I move into a
Damn.
haunted building and then the people that lived underneath me, the guy was threatening to unalive his wife
Oh
and
my
I kept
God.
complaining to the landlord and then the ceiling started falling in the building and I kept catching pneumonia so I had to move out and move in here with my son. So I was just like in a total cosmic clusterfuck again. Like I'm living in a building where the ceiling's falling in, the place is haunted and the people downstairs and I was like, "No, I got to get
Yeah.
out of here." So that's what I'm saying. I wasn't safe. I finally started
Yeah.
feeling safe again. I wasn't safe.
Yeah. I totally
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah, so my sympathetic and my parasympathetic nervous system was on fire.
Yeah.
And I was just, and so, yeah.
You know what I find is difficult is feeling that feeling of the both of those being on fire, but the thoughts that come
Yeah,
along with it. I get so tired of thinking, having to pause, put the proper thoughts in that I get angry that that must be what's in shit must be in my heart. I must be, it must be nasty because I can't
right.
just be. I can't just be good thoughts. I don't just, I have to practice saying good thoughts because I'm so angry and hurt
Right.
and you know, that's the hardest part. That's another one of those what are you working through things today. And I keep reminding
Yeah.
myself I'll reap when I don't tire out.
And then, I was having like a really nice relationship with somebody, but then I was taking care of my dad who was passing away. I was just getting through my own shit. I had to move out of that apartment. And then like I ended a few relationships with some people. And so that just, when you're letting things go and getting back on your feet, everything changes. The only thing we can really count on is change. But it's good. Change is good. I mean, I suppose I could say I'm used to that. Yeah, I don't want to say it's a horrible thing to say that you're used to that, but you need to be joyous about that. You need to like, you know, go through things and be happy about that. Like I've been married twice. So like when you recognize and you start recognizing that there's patterns there, you have to be happy on purpose. You have to find reasons to be happy on purpose. Or honor things. Um it might seem strange to say like I come from a family of women that go through extremely hard times. um like my mom's family are all women that um their demise all came from cancer, and like now my sister has cancer. Like we've been going through some struggles. So for my older sister and I to like purposely go to the beach, purposely get in that RV and go on vacation, purposely go to camp and like go in the field or grow the garden or like just laugh. Like I talk to my sisters on the phone like every night in the middle of the night, and we purposely talk stupid and laugh. Hence those memes.
Yeah.
Like just to make jokes and
Yeah.
just like be really silly and turn the music on and dance. Like we turn our phones on like this with each other and turn the music up and dance and just be really silly, stupid on purpose. And like I make really outlandish jokes and say really silly things, but you need to do that. I've kind of always been like that. So you say like the projection of humor in some outlandish, outrageous ways. Like I got a smart mouth.
I like to laugh though. That's how I knew I was fucked up because I couldn't even laugh. I couldn't laugh. I couldn't sing. It was so
Yeah,
bad.
yeah,
Until somebody gets to that level, they don't even know what it's like. Like I don't even want to hear it.
yeah,
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 I would much rather be laughing and joyful. I'm
yeah. You
really
gotta
emotional
laugh.
now.
You
It's like,
gotta
am I
laugh
going to
on
get joy
purpose. You
back in
gotta
my
sing
heart?
on purpose. You gotta dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You've got to use your voice. Like I cut all these pieces of paper out. Was it yesterday morning or this morning? And I put them under all my neighbors. Look, have hope no matter what they say.
I love
I
it.
could I live in these condos and I went and put these underneath all my neighbors' mats. And then I put some in my simmer pot. I've got a simmer pot going on the stove. I
Okay.
put some in the simmer pot. And so I write on the bay leaves, so I do. So if people want to call that witchcraft or whatever you're doing, that's okay. Look at
I
all my
don't look
neighbors'
at witchcraft.
kindness.
I don't look at witchcraft like
It's,
I think
it's,
that's shamanism. Okay. I
it's
think
shamanism.
I think
It is.
witchcraft is whenever a person thinks, okay, so we could say that it's good witch or bad witch.
Everybody, listen, when I was a little girl, so I got the same card. I wrote my mama, I think I was about 4 or 5. I got it. I made it out of construction paper. And in there, I wrote to my mom, when I grow up, I want to be bewitched. That's Samantha. Like, wiggle
You
your
look like
nose.
her.
I tell, listen. And so when I do it to my friends all the time, snap, 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 abracadabra, cross your hands. You got to do it.
Well,
Yeah, that's your
the
soul
what I
seed.
think
That's our
about
inheritance.
is the when people are like when they get mad at somebody and they wish bad shit and all of that because they're coming out of their
No.
anger. I know, but to me, when I use the
Yeah.
word witchcraft, that's what I mean. But when it's somebody that is writing on leaves and things for the greater good, that's shamanism to me.
Yeah.
So when I say that, I
Listen,
tell you because
look
people will
at
be
the
like, "Well,
jumbo
there's
jar
these
of
kind
bay
of
leaves
witches." I'm
I
like, I'm
got,
not talking
girl.
about that. Somebody just gave me some sage.
I'm out here. I'm out here right now. Oh, I burn sage every day.
It don't look like
Yeah,
that
I'm
kind.
out
It's
here
sage
right now. My
leaves.
bay leaves and throwing them in the pot. Look, I keep the tin bowl right next to me.
You write justice, justice,
Divine
justice.
justice.
Yes,
Divine justice. I'm writing
yes.
on a leaf, throwing it in the pot. Look at, I've got
Open
the
hearts,
Palo Santo
forgiveness.
in there too.
I definitely got to come visit you.
Look at, I make sprays. I work with all these essences too. I'll be like, look
I'll be
at,
like, I'll be like,
I'll be
I'll be
like, hey,
like.
look, I've got heart healers and oh my goodness,
Yes, indeed.
I like this. So, but look at these. This is 528 creative DNA,
Okay.
and I love these. Oh, so this is what made me really resonate with what you were saying that you were using and wait, I wanted to, oh, This one's a line. This one's really good for the fascia. We did
Ooh,
the whole other talk about our fascial
yeah,
system.
yeah.
Yeah. So I haven't started trying to do this one, but I just got a whole bottle of this one to work on father wounds. But I didn't want to
Ooh.
start digging into that before I was gonna go live because I didn't want to be crying and freaking out the whole time.
Yeah,
But
that one. Today I just walked around. I'm like, he's dead. Okay, your daddy's dead. My daddy's
Daddy's
dead.
dead.
Okay, he's dead.
Yeah. So I got the 713 for deep restoration. Um. So
That's the one I need.
I
Deep
know,
restoration.
right?
Yeah.
So I just put an order. So and I got this other one for Spirit Awaken. It's a mix of a whole bunch of hertz. They put this one on for by the music of the symphony orchestra from the UK, and then prayed over it. Um, I love these so much that they're the hertz frequencies. They're not actually um you're not ingesting anything. You're not ingesting anything that's actually in there, like essential oils. It's all the hertz frequencies and essences of what those are. So you just put a couple drops in your water. Excuse me. So the first thing I started using was the parasite cleanse last year. Um, and so like what you were talking about, when I started eating the meat again, you can tell when I started using the parasite cleanse because look, it started popping the stuff out of my skin.
Okay.
So when you use the self heal, so it's real gentle for somebody like me or anybody.
So you have a parasite cleanse you buy and use?
Yeah, it's the same thing with these essences. I can read it to you. Let me see. So, okay, let me see if I'll be able to see it in here. So the detox drops um have the imprints of hertz frequencies that support the body to detoxify itself, burdock, milk thistle, and self-heal flower,
Okay.
right? And then the parasite assassin 2 has the vibrational imprints of specific hertz frequencies inhospitable to parasites and the frequencies of thyme, black seed oil, phenobenzol, palo d'arco, selenium, olive leaf, oil of oregano, myrrh, grapefruit seed extract, and garlic, black currant barrage, and bee balm.
Damn.
So when it says that it has vibrational imprints of specific hertz frequencies, that means it's putting in the hertz frequencies of the numbers like we just talked about.
Yeah.
Like the 528 or
Oh.
713 or like so she'll send you a list of it with it. It's from Freedom Flowers.
Okay.
So I've been using them. It was a year in July. So I particularly start using these a lot closer around the full moon because around the full moon we start feeding. So I don't eat a lot of sugar. Well, I'll eat natural sugars like berries,
Yeah.
right? Um, like I don't eat sweets or junk food. Like if I eat bread, I eat like Ezekiel bread and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
there's
For sure.
I'm out of the other one. I just ordered the set today. If you order the set, you get a deal on it. So the
You
other
said
one that I'm
start feeding. What is that? You said start. Did I hear you right when you said start? They start feeding.
yeah, parasites will start feeding on you like closer around the full moon.
No
They'll
shit.
start so if you start craving like sugar or
Oh
junk
my
food around the full
gosh.
moon, it so like so as well there's a thing about morphogenic parasites. Like if you can see them, or I'm not saying that you specifically can see them. Like I can see them. Like you see
I
floaty
see
stones
that. And
or
it's like moving like
squiggly things.
that, like in a
Yes.
clear through the
Yeah. So
vision
you're seeing
somehow.
them.
What?
So you're seeing them. Yeah,
Yeah.
so you can see them. I left a can of cat food.
Damn.
So the parrots, this one has vibrational imprints of the specific hertz frequencies inhospitable to parasites. And then this one's got wormwood, black walnut, ivermectin, yarrow, L-glutamine, or ornithine, black currant, borage, and bee balm flower.
That's the one I need.
Yeah, so this one's really good. I usually muscle test. You know about muscle testing,
Uh-uh.
kinesiology. All right, so kinesiology is when you can muscle test for your own body, right? So you take a deep breath, you ask your body to balance, and then you think and say yes. So think and say yes. You lean forward, or think and say no, and you go backwards. So it's like if I say, "Is my name Tina?" No, I lean backwards. Is my name
Okay.
Kim? Yes.
Okay.
So you can muscle test for the frequency.
Right.
So if I say, okay, do I need Parasite Assassin 1? Yes, my body's telling me yes, because I've been eating meat.
Yeah, I
So,
gotta stop it for sure.
so, so all you have to do is put 4 drops of this a couple times a day in your water or your tea. And so the thing about frequencies is they expand in water.
Uh,
Because our bodies are mostly water, and
uh,
water is expansion. So it's not even like if you put it in like a small glass of water, like put it in a larger amount of water, and then it will expand and flush you out and flush through your system. Because water to our system is like water to the whole vibrational system, just like plasma.
yeah.
So I would put like in I have like I always drink out of my Yeti. So like I'll put like 4 drops in my Yeti and then drink this. So then I would put 4 drops of each one. So like I put 4 drops in. So I put 4 drops of the detox, and then 4 drops of this one into my Yeti. And then so here's the thing about once like you clear yourself out, then you can really hear your cells talking to you. Like your body won't like then you'll really hear things. Like I swear I was like sitting out on my porch, and I was just like really looking at the sun, and I was breathing, and I was really praying, and then all of a sudden I burped something out, but I recognized that I burped something out of my hip, and I have a hip replacement.
Yeah.
But then I heard like something from 30 years ago, and it was trapped in a cell in there.
Yeah.
So when you're getting down to your mitochondria, right?
Cool.
And you're recognizing that it's something from then. So your body's like talking to you. So you're hearing your cells, or you could be hearing your emotions, you could be hearing a story or a storyline that's in your body. And so you and I have talked so much about fascia or mitochondria, or what could be held in your body. And so like what's like really cool about this is, like we were going to talk about light language, and light language is wonderful. That's our soul language, and that can be speaking to us and healing us or bringing us a message. But at the same time, we can be working with a fragment finder, or we could be, looking with something that's going to detox us and like help ourselves speak to us while we're speaking to ourselves, and being mindful and praying. And then we're doing so much for our own self healing with everything, and then speaking to Creator as well and our higher self. And this is how we're giving ourselves the full package, right? Yeah,
Yeah. I
yeah,
totally like I'm there. I listened
yeah,
to 1150. I listened to some parasite cleansing hertz frequencies on
yeah.
it.
1150 is good for that.
But I feel like if I can still see floaters, that I need to take it a step further.
Yeah, because when you start seeing the floaters, there's something that
And
needs
I hardly
raw
eat
sense
meat.
repeat. Yeah,
That's crazy. I'm like,
raw
is that a
sense
real worm?
What is that? I'm
Is
like,
that a real
yo,
worm? Like, you're delusional. No, I'm not.
Did I see that in my eyeball? I'm like, is that from outside? I mean, sometimes I'm sitting in here and I'll see a couple like the spirit imprint of like some giants run by and people I go, I'm not crazy. I know they're here. I
Yeah.
don't ever question myself at all anymore. What I know, I'm like, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
You know, it's
That's
going
right.
on. They're here.
That's why I'm
And if
alone
I
all
see a
the time.
squiggly, I'm
Most of the
like,
time.
yo, time for some detox drops. Like, clear it.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
gonna check into a few things. I've been
Yeah.
thinking about a few things, but I heard that whenever, like, if you take one little part of, like, just say ivermectin, that when they start to die, they'll lay eggs. So you got to do another cycle.
So the good part about this is it's the imprint of the ivermectin. So like she's really good about how she does the frequencies. This is impaired brandy, so she lets the frequencies sit with the music, with the sound. So it's the imprints of those. It's not like the actual horse medicine.
Yeah,
Um, I know a lot of people that take that, but for people that are sensitive in other areas, I often question that. Um, because I am a natural medical intuitive. And so I don't, I would never tell anybody what to do. I can't prescribe or diagnose. I have to say that to people all the time when I work with them.
yeah.
But, then I can,
Except I say I'm a PhD,
well,
like your mama.
I do have quite a few degrees, but I don't find that they're, necessarily worthwhile in a lot of ways.
No, I got
You know,
I got one semester to graduate. Okay, I can't do
wow.
shit, and it's an
Yeah,
internship, and so it's like when I'm like, well, when I get it, what I'm going to do with it?
right.
Really,
Well, here's the
I know
thing.
exactly what I know
Is
now,
it going
as
to
I'm
make
going to
you
know what I'm going.
happy? Is it going to make you happy? I think would be the biggest question. Will it make you happy? Listen, I told my
Completion,
son,
bro.
he went to college for one semester and he was like, Mom, this is like high school 2.0. He's like, I can't take it. I don't like it. Then he
Mhm.
went to technical school, but now he wants to change his career. I'm like, is it going to make you happy?
Yeah,
I mean, because I have a ton of useless degrees. I've never stopped learning. I go to school all the time. I just got done paying off another school thing. Like I'm 60. I just got done paying off another school thing. Is it making you happy?
yeah. That's what my papa said. I asked him, he was on his deathbed. I was like, "What do you have to say? What's your advice?" He said, "Do what makes you happy."
There you go.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Oh, my grandpa.
Peepaw.
So
Peepaw.
you have tuning forks and all?
Oh
You
yeah,
actually own
I
them?
got lots of sets of them. Yeah. Yes.
Wow. Awesome.
Yeah, tuning the human biofield. Yeah. And I took several courses through the same place that I took my psychic mediumship internship. It's a place called Santosha. So they work with the people from Lilydale. I don't know if you've ever heard of Lilydale. It's one of the oldest
Oh yeah.
spiritualist
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
communities
have on
in the
TV.
country.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's here in New York State.
Oh my
And
God. I
then
didn't know
so I
that.
also took some tuning for classes with a shaman, and then I've been playing with them at home. Like I got the tuning the human biofield books when I got the tuning forks. Actually, I'm down to only owing $200 more and thousands of dollars worth of tuning forks. No, but they're great. So I think the real difference is really working with them and seeing how they move energy. Because I've got
Using
the
to do it.
chakra ones, and so it's like moving things around like your 24th etheric field, but like really seeing, how they move spaces and places of energy. Because we've got 7 dimensions, 24, 12, 24 dimension. I mean, like if you're a timeline jumper or dimensional, I mean, like I haven't gotten into like the whole conversation of, "Well, where you been? We have all been here before." floor. But anyways, like music is a slide. So um yeah. That's a whole other
Well,
that's a
will
whole
you do a cycle of them?
yeah.
All right,
I
'cause
got
I need
I
some
listen
healing, big time, and your heart's pure, so that's a double whammy of goodness.
listen, I keep
All right, y'all
so
came in at the right time. We about to get some healing on. Y'all see me
so
laying
my
down. My heart's been so heavy.
here, wait, let me see where my phone holder is. So listen, my ring that I usually use the ring to hold the phone up is in my laundry room because the light burned out in there. Let me find the phone holder. Oh, here's a phone holder. Let's pull. Listen, we got the house rigged. This is an old house. So I tell my son, I'm like, this house is so old that we blew the light. It's like Carrie moment. Oh my God, it's Carrie. We blew the lights out. I used to have it set up. You can see in the other room over there. See how it looks like clouds up there? My son
Yeah,
put that. So, and then there's light thing in there so that the lights would, and it looked like a cloud room. It was like
does
my
look like a cloud.
interdimensional. But then the ceiling light caught on fire. My son was out there. I'm just like, wow. Okay, here. So I'll show you my favorite first set is the C and G. So the C and G ones are the throat chakra.
Okay.
It's the Om sound. Here, let's put this little phone stand up here. I don't know where the hockey puck. I usually bang it on a hockey puck I got from. So check this. I went to the 19. I used to be on the Olympic. I was on the junior Olympic ski team before I racked out my leg, right?
Bingo.
And so we went. So I was in Lake Placid for the 1980 Olympics. My dad was on the ski patrol. My stepdad. And so I had the hockey puck from the Czechoslovakian game. That's what I usually use. So
Yes,
I should
indeed.
stop banging these like this because they're getting a little dented. All right, so this is the C and G tone. This is C is 256 and G is 384. And so together these are the Om or the sound, your throat chakra. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Om. I know my
Oh.
voice is so bad tonight, guys. I'm sorry.
Deep breath. Deep breath.
This is the oldest set I have. I use them. You can see I've been intubated and trached like
I
four
was just a
times.
quarter of the way in that healing, woman. Why you stop?
All right.
I'm serious about this healing journey.
Keep going. Keep going.
Deep breath in.
Ready?
Ready.
Okay.
I'm feeling movement. Feeling movement for sure.
Yeah.
My throat chakra is stopped up.
Yeah.
You want to keep going?
Um, I feel that. Turiya katatai sumonio.
My vagus nerve is craving to be reset right now.
Have you been doing the vagus nerve where you look straight ahead and then move your eyes, look as far as you can to the left while keeping your face forward,
All right, let's see.
and then look as far as you can to the right?
I haven't been doing it, no. I've been doing
All
other
right.
things for it, but not this part, not this one.
Okay, look, this one's the throat as well. And let's see how this goes through the phone. Can you? It might be hard to hear through the phone. Can
I,
you hear
I'm a,
it?
I'm into frequency, so I feel it for sure.
You feel it?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, this is throat.
Oh, ham. I'm feeling it for sure.
Yeah, that was good. I felt that too.
Yeah, I did too. What? My gosh, I needed intentional. I do it on my own, but I needed intentional.
Yeah, that's good. It's good to tap on your collarbone. It's good tapping.
Yeah, this is where the kidneys, the adrenals for the kidneys are right above the collarbone on each side.
Let
I've been off of
us.
caffeine again for 2 days. No,
Oh gosh,
yeah, 2 days.
congratulations.
Yeah, it makes a
I'm
difference in my
limiting my
adrenals.
I'm limiting myself to 1 cup now. Okay, here. Another one. Oops. Oh, that one felt good. Look at this. It's flashed in rainbows. Woo.
This throat chakra that I got going on came from when I was held captive.
Yeah,
That's how bad I knew it was.
I've that's relatable. It's very relatable. Here, this one's the crown.
Okay.
One fell.
That was the all around chakra. That was a full
Yeah.
body tuning. How you know? Because it makes you laugh.
We grabbed the rest.
That crown one's good.
Oh my goodness. Ring the bell. Okay.
Ring my bell. Ring my bell.
Ring the bell. Okay, this one's the heart.
Okay.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, that one got me.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
We could
that
do that
really
a
brought
couple of
out some.
times. It feels like it's pulling from the backside. Yep.
Yeah, I felt that too. Heart twitches today, guys. It's always really good to place our hands over our hearts and take a really good intentional breath.
When I know it's working in the heart chakra is whenever I want to stop breathing. I have to make myself breathe. That's what I was telling you earlier. It's exhausting to have to, you're so dysregulated to put it all together.
Right.
I know it's going to be worth it in the end, but current energy.
Yeah, yeah. It makes sense. I'm very intentional in the morning to wake up, rub my hands together, get that chi energy flowing. You know, be intentional about our heart, our breath, our heart. Here. Woo. This is definitely clearing out the dust.
I feel it for sure. That's a powerful fork you got there.
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. Ooh.
Knock my TV out.
Did it?
Yeah. My TV literally stopped playing. We got to keep going with this because this might be my breakthrough.
There you go. Nice.
I need it too.
Okay, underneath the heart is the sacral. Take a breath. Do you need a sip of water?
Yeah, thank you.
Take a sip of water.
Wow, I needed more water than I thought.
I've got some coconut water.
Whew.
This is my little cherubim bell.
Pretty.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Okay. Here we go. Little solar plexus.
Okay.
Ready?
Ready.
You guys okay? I feel kidney.
Yeah. I'm gonna pair some solar plexus with Jupiter tonight for sure.
Okay. Good. And yeah, I
In
was gonna
fact, I'm gonna
mention
put Jupiter on
earlier
right now.
today. What did I read about that today? I don't know. I took some notes about it.
It's expansion for sure, and we need to expand this. Yeah.
It's very much expanded. I'm not sure. I took a whole lot of notes today. I very often start taking notes and I just automatically write. I started writing a joyful heart is a calm chalice that holds wisdom and radiates tranquility for all who draw near. I automatically write and just write pages and pages and pages and then go back to them later. Um but we very much know that we are collapsing systems, and so um we're gonna keep holding light.
Okay.
You okay? Okay. Woo! Woo! That's a twitcher. I just heard the name Judy. Is there somebody in the group that's watching, or do you have a Judy? I just heard Judy. Judy.
This is my first. This is my home. This is my comfort zone right here. Judy, 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 Judy.
Judy. Judy. Judy.
Hey, Jude.
Don't make it bad.
Let's
I
take
love that.
that song and make it better. Remember
Remember
to
to
let
let
it into
it into
your
your
heart.
heart.
Then you can
And you can
start
start
to make
to
it
make it
better, better,
better,
better.
better, better,
Hey, Jude.
better. Don't be afraid.
The solar plexus is home for me for sure.
It's grounding in good though.
Yeah,
I mean, like I felt that pain, but it's mellowing out.
same.
Good. Good. We'll do one more. Let me see. Oh, I got the other set right here too.
They say Jupiter's in Cancer. That's what we just did, the solar plexus. And the Jupiter's in the background, and that's my home. All right, so do you have the third eye?
I do. I just pulled out the third eye, and I've got the soul heart here too.
Okay.
We'll do the third eye.
All right.
1122. Okay, you ready?
Ready.
Oop, hit my bracelet. Ooh. Oh. I've got to get one of those microphone thingies.
That's a touch to worthiness for sure. That one, I felt a release. You felt that major.
See me
Yes. I had a major bubble go through me, and it all surrounded worthiness and money. Okay.
That's coming up a lot right now too. I mean, in the collective consciousness, it's like a huge thing. Oof. All right, check this one out. This one is called a soul heart tuner. Ooh.
I feel it tightening down.
So normally I would take these and I would put the end of it right on your body. Like if you were on my Reiki table, like
Yeah.
I could take these and put them right on your body. You could feel the vibration. So
So
I could put them
that's
around your auric fields, and then I could also touch them right to you. You know,
wow.
so yeah. So, they can so this other set, wait, where's my other set? So I have another set. So like these are chakra tuners, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. That was an accident.
You
I
okay?
just hit the button. I'm sorry. Sorry, guy. Thanks for following me, but I didn't mean to invite you. I'm so
Oh.
sorry. I'm going to disconnect, okay? I apologize. That was so random. Not what I meant to do.
Oh, you're relaxing.
Yeah, I just meant to follow back, and the above
Oh
one
yeah.
has the invite, and I pushed the wrong mode. Sorry about that. I followed you back though. It's the second time I did that tonight. I felt that pierce into the center of my heart though, which is where I need
Right.
it. Maybe you and I can work some
So
more with me.
so I've got all these other ones. You won't be able to hear these. I need to get the like the hockey puck or the banger because I can't just.
Hit them hard enough.
Well, I just hit that on my wrist, but I don't want to beat the crap out of myself.
I know. I seen a lady do that, and she hurt her like she really hit herself hard.
Well, I do. I have like a ganglion cyst here from doing that, but so I can tap them together. But that other set that I have that I was using the CNG, that's my oldest set. I've been banging them together just because I use that one every day because I work on my throat chakra every day. Um, I don't want to mess this set up too much because they were really expensive and I almost have them paid off. Like my Amazon credit card was whacked and I almost had it paid off. I'm really proud of myself actually. I'm like, oh my God, I
Good.
did
I'm
it.
glad for you.
Right.
Yeah.
But so like these are really good. Like, you can clear all your chakras, do your auric field, you can do areas, you can do grid lines. Like so say, I've had clients or customers or people come to me to do their homes or to do certain places, like say they had a spirit in their home, like, or maybe they bought a home and there's been an imprint of a spirit like still living there, or maybe came with the home, or maybe comes with the person and they just need some happiness, or you need to move some energy around the place, or you can do it in conjunction with, like, say, feng shuiing your home, or moving spaces. And I think sometimes people don't recognize that energy comes with homes. It comes with the place. Like, to me, I feel like everything has a spirit, and we've talked about this. And so, like, like energies come with furniture. And so, like, you can move energy with sound and frequency because everything is energy, frequency, vibration, and sound is healing. And, we can talk to things. And so, like, I came to recognize that I had an ability to talk with things and energy and their frequency, and using sound healing. And they don't like us to say things, but you can dissolve tumors with sound,
Yeah.
you can heal things with sound, you can talk to things with sound. And so it's just a really good way, and the ancients knew this. Sound healing has been around since the beginning of time almost. they said, and then there was the word, and then there was light, and then there was the word. Well, no, then there was the word, and then there was light. And everything comes around light and sound and vibration. And so, it doesn't matter which way you want or what order you want to put it in. This one's 174 hertz. I grew up with a grandmother as a piano teacher, and I almost knew how to play piano before I knew how to do anything else.
So you play
And
now?
so, no, I've broken all the fingers on this hand, and I can't. I played a flute when I was a kid, and I
Oh,
played a
nice.
piano. I can't do that anymore, but I can do this.
Yes.
And that's how I've learned how to heal myself from multiple illnesses or whatever clusterfuck happened before. I'm not going to dwell on that. A lot of times my doctor will ask me, "What's your records?" And I'm like, "It's your job to find out," because I don't want to go back there and look at that. If we dwell in other spaces about those
Yeah.
things, that doesn't help us move forward necessarily. And I have enough problem dwelling in other things. I don't want to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
I would, I prefer to blast the music and dance around and
I like
move
it.
into other places. Yeah. So I like to do this because a lot of times I'm outside standing in the lawn, banging my tuning forks together and twirling. And when we're twirling and dancing and singing and making music, that is, vibrating and echoing and glimmering and moving into the collective consciousness, and we're healing ourselves and we're healing others, and that's vibrating in the collective consciousness, which is vibrating in other places. And so, you know, I can easily look into other places I've been or other planets I've been. And so, like, I thought about that today. Like, oh, should I talk about the other languages I speak? And we talk about light language, and so much recently, I've heard a lot of other people in other groups doing that. And I thought, well, kind of everybody knows that now. They talk about the Arcturians, the Palladians. Personally, I have a great affinity for the Blue Avians. I love the Arcturians, the Palladians. I speak a lot of angelic, a lot of fairy. Whatever comes to me at the moment, I find like whatever language people are speaking, I can speak that as well. It doesn't matter. I catch up real quick.
My
I
mom's
don't think,
say
huh?
my mom's a fairy changeling for sure.
There you go. So I think that like whoever we're with, snap, we can resonate with and catch up with. I think that sometimes it's so much too much to think about. If we recognize that whoever we need to speak to, we can speak to our higher selves and to creator and resonate, and if we just don't like fight it, we can jump in and figure it out.
Yeah, but
You know what I mean?
I got a message from your Palladian a little bit ago,
Did
just a few
you?
minutes ago. Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
when I was on my way up here, before I got to Sheboygan, I had a dream and I had a Palladian warrior came to me, and I wasn't sure if that was me or
Right.
or the Palladians on my side, but I've been confirmed that I'm a human and that the Palladians are here to help me stay human to evolve the planet and not taste death. So
See, there you go.
yeah,
Yeah.
the message I got
So
from you a minute ago was in relation to like the way I saw it was you, part of them, were overseeing me and where I stand and how I'm doing right now, and that I'm getting there. And because the frustration with me from the Palladians that I found was my daughter, my 23-year-old, which I have not been ruled out that she's not Palladian. And so when she was born and it went the way
I
it
think she
went,
is.
there's no way she can't be, because
Yeah, she is.
I'm telling you, she was taken, like the spirit was with her, like I was being abused. I don't even remember. And she's so powerful and she's so spot on and she's so love. She's the epitome of love. and her body's like long and thin, and she's
Yeah.
just. And when she was born, before it went the way it went, I would say she looked like a little alien, and she
Yeah,
doesn't
she
like
blew
that
your
now.
mind with all the stuff she was doing, huh?
Yes, she's just miraculous, that child. And
Yeah.
so I haven't ruled that out, but with the way that it went in the beginning doesn't mean that I wasn't out of the hot seat, because I took a lot of that blame for myself. My son told me, "Mom, you got to stop blaming yourself for what happened to you when you were being abused, for how you respond, for because I say it was on my watch. It was on my watch that happened to her." And so I felt like the Palladians were angry with me, because when the warrior came to tell me
No.
that this was the right decision to leave to come here, she was on a surfboard, which ironically is surf here, and was like frustratedly like, "Do you want to up level?" You know, like that's me doing it, but she was like, "If you want to up level, get your ass in gear." But she didn't say ass. That's me still. And so I did, and here I am. So when you said that, it was like I felt as though, because I know that when before that part happened, that the ships I was taken to in my growing up years, I got one. Somebody gave me one the other day at work. Oh my gosh, it's so perfect. Yeah, so it has been a journey, and I felt like, well, I got my confirmation from the different star systems. So, because Pleiadians are not the only ones for me, there's so much more. But when I got the confirmation, because it was so horrendous, the childhood that I lived was so horrendous. But I was always like walking on water, like the whole time, even though it was horrendous. People just would never know, but it really was that way. And that was my confirmation that the star systems were on my side and guiding me through it from that. So yeah.
I love that. I so love that. Because I was getting some similar messages because I had to recognize like um some similar shit was happening like with my mom. She ran away from my dad, like took me, we ran away from my bio dad. And
Yeah.
like I had to recognize like she left me. Hi sis, my sister's here. I had to recognize that she had to go to work and she didn't realize the crazy stuff that was going on. She didn't want that to happen to me. And then I also had to recognize that maybe I was repeating a pattern, and so I just didn't know any better until I did know better, and then I stopped because I knew better. And so it's okay, like forgive myself, just like I had to forgive my mom because she just didn't know better, and I know that she didn't like really know what was going on. That's why I was saying, saying the Ho'oponopono prayer is so powerful. Forgive others, forgive yourself, because everything is just now. Everything's just like right now, not then or what happened, and it's okay.
How do I say everything's now when my baby's not with me and she's 16 now and not 8? Where am I in the time of things? Almost didn't come out of it today.
Yeah,
It was rough.
yeah, that's really difficult. Yeah, that's difficult. We're all just doing the best we can at any given time, Tina.
Yeah.
You know, God forgives us, Jesus forgives us. That's why God, I often say that's why Jesus was given. We have to have faith and trust that everything's going to work out all right.
Yeah. And I do. I
Yeah.
love you, Luna. Luna's so awesome.
Hey, Luna Tuna.
I love her. I'm so glad she's here right now.
Yeah, back closer to prayer.
We've been
That's what I
trying to
said
talk for
earlier.
three
Like
days, and
to
I look at me. I'm
recognize
still horizontal. Like I have really been struggling.
some days are like that.
I
You've been
have.
working hard.
It's been consistent, but I'm still making. I'm still doing it. I'm still getting up, going to
Yep.
work, still doing my dishes,
Yep.
still taking a bath,
Yep.
still. even though the inside of me is still horizontal right now. So every month.
I have to recognize that physical therapy, I did that exercise where I stood toe to toe on my feet like so many times with the 30 seconds with the buzzer without falling over on my bad leg. Like I have the same Dr. Brown, the same physical therapist I had back in 1984 when I first got into a really massive car accident and was really hurt really freaking bad. It was in 1984. That's the year I graduated. That was 40 years ago. So since then, like I've had like 40 surgeries. I mean, like I was really messed up. So I have to consider like it's a miracle of life. Like they said, I was never gonna wake up from that coma, that I was brain dead. There was no brain activity. And I would never walk or talk again. So I was at that bar and he was laughing at me and he was poking me. And so like I was standing toe to toe like a ballerina. Now I took ballet for 12 years and I told you I used to ski. So if I thought I stood on my toes for that long of a time at that bar, balancing without touching it with my hands like that, and then I hit that buzzer after 30 seconds and I did it 5 times. Just a couple weeks ago, I kept falling over to the right, falling over to the right, and I was laughing. And I hit that button. So I was singing because I do that. I'll tap on my throat chakra and I'll hum. I didn't fall over. So like I just threw my arm up in the air and I was like,
It's the little
score.
things.
I didn't freaking fall over on my bad leg. I've had so many surgeries on that motherfucking leg. God damn it. I did it. It was pouring rain the other day. I was in so much pain. It was pouring fucking rain.
Beautiful, awesome leg is coming back to health.
I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, wow, miracle. I was like, I'm going to be 60 this year. I want to be like, how many fucking years later I didn't fall over? Score! I didn't fucking fall over. Thank you. Oh!
She's a miracle. Yeah,
It's a miracle, true blue spectacle, a miracle come true.
it's a
It's a
miracle.
miracle. Hold
A
my tune before.
miracle.
Do you remember that cartoon Shazam where that guy would run out, throw the thing up in the air, and he'd turn into that superhero?
I think I remember that.
Be running out there in the rain. Shazam! I stood up on my own 2 feet.
Yeah, that's a big deal. When I've been there, I totally know what you mean. Yeah.
Tap the third eye. Woo! Happy Saturday, Catterday.
Yeah, I needed a good laugh.
Yeah. Yep. It's all good. It's all good in the hood.
No, I feel much better. I'm still working on it, but I definitely feel better.
Yeah.
Well, how you feeling about it? You good?
It's good.
Good.
It's good.
I'm gonna try to go to church tomorrow. I think it's the right thing to do. I haven't been in a long time, and tomorrow's communion, and
I love church.
they got the best communion wine at this church. They make fun of me. They laugh at me because it's really true.
Yes.
But I
We
think
like
that
the
I'm gonna
wine.
do it. And I work tomorrow night, but I feel like I've been, it's been on me to do communion, and I'm a year sober today. So I'm
Oh
just,
my goodness.
yeah.
There we
Thank
go.
you for the little crabs. Look how cute. Look. But I'm
We
not
got
trying to
crabs.
go drink
It's
communion.
watery Cancer. What did you say was in Cancer?
I'm sun and moon. Oh, Jupiter.
Oh, you are?
I'm Cancer, sun and moon. That's why I got the little crabs. I'm gonna keep it too. I was like, I'm keeping that.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Thank you. Yeah, a year today. But Jupiter is in Cancer right now. and that's the solar plexus. So we need expansion in the solar plexus. But if I was going to do communion myself, I would have to go buy one of those little bottles of wine, and I know I would drink it. I know I would.
I am so good. Like I listen. So I feel like I'm doing really well.
With
Because I don't feel overly emotional.
uh-huh.
I mean, like I feel good. Like normally I would be like a puddle being so close to the anniversary of my mom's passing.
How long has she been
Um,
passed?
Jupiter is my lord and ruler in both of my charts,
Okay.
Western and Vedic.
All right.
Um,
I
I
love
feel pretty
Jupiter.
good. I got a lot done today. I got some grocery shopping done, so I got some good food to eat. I she passed in 1997,
Yeah.
and then my son was born in 1998.
Oh,
Um, I'm glad my sister popped in here. Is she still here? I want to say I should have tapped on and said hello when I saw her float through. Hi, Kel. Um, my cousin sent a group text about Thanksgiving last night, so that was cool. I think everything's going to be good.
yeah. I mean, we're getting through it. We're on the other
Yeah,
side of this last thing, and now we're going into the water, which I think is
the
going to be
water.
good. It's just going to be a lot of feeling and a lot of emotion, but it's time to be felt. That's the kicker.
I think it is time to be felt.
Yeah,
I'm glad it was good that we got up here and we did this tonight.
me too. All right. Well, anytime we want to do tuning forks with me, if you want to do
Yeah,
more,
I
you
need to
want to do
order.
more?
I want to order the thing that does where I can use these ones. I gotta order the it's like a hockey puck. Well, oop, that one hit my bracelet. Sounds good. This one is 256. C. Hear it?
Yeah. I
C is
like.
good for the throat.
That's
I
what
like
I like to
these
see where it
ones.
resonates.
I've got the book in the other room. We should talk about the human biofield and how it relates to the fascia some night and do these tuning forks.
I would love that.
Yeah.
I think I'm only gonna book. I'm booked. I think I have. I'm not
Who else
doing
you
a
got
whole night.
coming?
Pink Sunshine's coming the 15th. I'm taking off next Saturday, and I think I'm gonna do
Okay.
that. I think I'm gonna try to keep a Saturday every other Saturday. Because
I
when I
was so disappointed that I was away when Astro was on. I really wanted to watch that
it's
whole
on
thing.
YouTube. It's on YouTube.
The whole thing is?
Yep.
Oh, cool.
It's good too.
Yeah,
It's
I'll have to
good.
watch it.
It's one of the best ones that ever has happened.
I
Like
bet it
it was
is.
professional. He was so sweet, and there was a couple of little times that he dipped out, which he does, but there was some back shit going on too that I know about, and I just know that I know. But that was one of the best times I had, and what we covered throughout it, go watch it,
I
especially right
definitely
now,
will.
because it's
Because I very much understand that, like, astrology runs everything.
and it's
I mean,
planet
that's how I
energy,
personally feel. I
and it's
really feel
about the
like
planets.
I really feel like everything is related to astrology, so we should pay attention. It's an influence. Obviously, we run ourselves. And I also feel like having faith in our higher self and a creator, definitely the melange of everything together, it just makes everything go so much smoother for us. You
What's a
know,
melange?
just the weaving, the mixture of everything. But if we understand that planetary influence is a melange of the weaving of us as a human, that we chose to be human and chose to be here. But this interplanetary mix is such a great influence. And if we use it to behoove us, to the benefit of us, because it's there. I mean, it's been influencing everything for billions of years. Like I recognize that I remember before this universe was here. And I have gone back and recorded this and remember this. So, obviously that's huge.
Yeah.
So I want to know so that I can make it better for myself and for the future and for the now. I mean, I don't think you should dive too deep in going into the future because you don't want to be changing shit and fucking shit up. I recognize that I've procrastinated on some things, and I recognize that I've really messed some things up, and I want to make it better. It's getting better all the time because I think it's important. Like, pay attention.
Yeah, it is getting better all the time. That's the beauty of the evolutionary process that we're
Well, the whole thing that
grinding
we've
through.
had all these alignments, like we've had these huge alignments, and everything's a freaking palindrome this year. There's all these portals and palindromes, and on top of that, these planetary alignments. I'm like, what a blessing it is to be alive this year. That that we're here for this. Like, holy shit, we chose this. Like, we chose to be here while all this is going on. Like, so earlier when I said, we chose this, but wow, we chose this. Whoa. Yeah, ancient wisdom is written in the stars. Listen, I recognize I did a whole talk. I have another group on the book Face Crack. And so I was like, I had some shit I was talking about. Oh, the twin flame stuff. This is back when I was actually having a relationship with somebody, but then I realized I don't even want to call it a lesson. It was a remembrance. I want to honor that. That person's actually my friend. So anyways, but I want to be like, it was written about on an inside a cave wall. And I got pictures of it and I talked about it. And I honestly want to say, we are all soulmates, especially our own best soulmate. Like, be friends with people. Don't get stupid. And don't forget, I hear, see, read, and know everything. So if you're up in there, I know about it. I'm just saying, people, don't get stupid.
Yeah, I really had a.
I'm
I'm
pretty
telling you,
slick.
I really had to. I'm proud of myself because I almost went medieval this couple of days ago, and that's part of what's going on when you ask that too. That is a kind of unspoken, but some shit that went down, and it finally came to a head. I could have.
Medieval and Machiavellian. I want to be like, don't get stupid. I got lists, and I've been around for a long time. I've been around for millions, billions of years, and I just want to be like, I might get blonde and I make jokes, but don't kid yourself. And I do exorcisms, and don't get stupid, don't get fucked up, and don't fuck with my family. I got people that call me on the phone and say, I want you for my bodyguard. I just gonna throw that out there. And, anyways.
We said what, Luna? She said, "Whoa, I can't believe you said that." Which part?
All of it. All of it. Get down for it. And I got the protection angels. I am highly guided and protected. I'm just saying. I'll say it all. Ask people that really, really, really know me.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna get the truth from me, whether it's hardcore or not. So
yeah, well, I had to make a decision if it's my place to Machiavellian, if it's my place to say something out. But it is when I'm setting my boundary. It is whether I say, you evaded my boundary, you did this to me, you're not going to do this to me. But if somebody's thing goes a certain type of way and I realize they're not, I'm just going to be like, I hate to say this way because I'm not passive aggressive, but I have become the type of person now that will just say, you and I know what I'm talking about here.
Oh yeah.
I don't tell everybody, but if you want me to put it all together and tell everybody, I can do that too. It's not just my truth, it's a fact. So
Mhm.
that's what has me right now too in this dynamic, because I wanted so bad to go on blast. I wanted so bad to tie it all together. And I was like, Tina, let the universe handle it. And I said, well, just one little thread, just one little thread. And so I still toiled with that one little thread that I should have left it alone. And then I start putting into place little karmic things that I'm going to have as a karmic response. Like, okay, you're going to get some
Right.
karma from this. Maybe it's you stub your toe. I'm just saying. Whatever.
That stubbing the
Maybe
toe
the
shit,
glass is
yo.
upside down in the cabinet and you're going to question where your timeline. I don't know. But I'm going to experience some form of a drop of karmic from this. Or I'm going to level up because I actually fucking said something for once and didn't just let that shit go, you know? And so I chose to believe and think that I'm going to level up from it instead of going the other way. And my boundaries
Everything's
set.
highest and best
Now
level
they
up.
won't be
We know about
slinking
it.
in. Sneaky snake won't go dancing. Not in my place. So
Put on your red shoes and dance the blues. Do,
when
do, do,
when I start
let's
singing
dance.
Sneaky Snake, baby, you know something's up. We all had to write a paper. I didn't choose specifically. I wasn't paying attention. I was a kiddo.
Yeah.
We my daughter had a diary, and this is real thick. She was legit assaulted, and she had a diary. And I always told my kids, if anybody, including me, does anything, you go tell the police right away, you know? And she told right away about this specific situation. This is a whole dynamic of fuckery, but they used her diary against her. So she wasn't even allowed psychotherapy. That's what they tell you to journal, journal, journal. They used her own journal against her, and they let them get away with it. So, so yeah, I totally know about writing shit down when you're a kid. My mom
So,
had a
yeah,
journal against
I
me
know
when I
about
was a
that
kid.
shit. That happened to me back in the 80s. Burn it. Write it down and burn it.
Burn it. That's what I tell them now. I always taught
So
my kids to journal, and
that
I tell them
actually
to tear
came
that
up
shit up and
today.
throw
That
it
actually
away.
came up today in today's cards. Um, so I pulled from the Souls deck today. Um, wait, where's the other one? It came out in the Souls deck today. Which card was it? Am I communicating my need? Wait.
That's something you could do tonight too, if you want.
Yeah, I write things down and burn them all the time. Where'd it go? My cat was on the couch showing us some of the cards fell on the floor. Oh, so we talked about this earlier. This one came out. Who am I ready to forgive?
Oh boy.
And it says on the back, I am not what happened to me. I am who I choose to become. Carl Jung said that. Is it time to let go, forgive, and move onward? Is your soul ready to forgive someone else or yourself? Forgiveness brings sweet release, freedom, and insight. Look at it from their shoes. Notice how you grew and what you learned. Who do you want to become? And how is this resistance holding you back from what your soul wants? Write a forgiveness letter, then practice the Ho'oponopono prayer today while thinking of the person you are ready to forgive. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you.
Nice. That's
But
totally
listen,
exact current energy.
I
You couldn't
play
have
the
pulled a better
Ho'oponopono
card.
prayer in the morning on repeat, like on the YouTube, and sing it. I had it going, but one of the other cards that came out this morning was about burning it. Wait, I gotta find it. How can I give myself more grace in this moment? Wait. One of them was burn it. I'm like, burn everything. I'm always writing shit down and burning it out on the porch. My neighbors are used to me by now. What's she burning now? Laughing. Where did the burn card? Because I was gonna be like, the burn card came out. Oh, here it is. What can I burn? This card comes out all the
Oh,
time, and I'm like, well,
that's
you know,
so
it's my favorite card.
that's
What
funny.
can
What
I
does it say on the
burn?
back?
It says, burn it all. The ugly lies, the pain, the shame, the criticism, the images that run through your head, the reminders of what you did wrong, and the proof that you are not enough. Burn it, baby, burn. Your soul is calling. It's time for rebirth. You are like the phoenix rising from the ashes, no longer attached to the past. You are free. Your wings are ready. Use them. Make the choice that you will no longer let the past define you. Pick up your pen. What will your next chapter look like? So, but today I was writing on the bay leaves and throwing them in the simmer pot. They're on the stove. Oh, I should go check that. Actually, while we're speaking on that, let's make sure there's enough water in that pot. Oh yeah, it's full. That's because I turned it down. Let the simmer pot's on. Keep simmer pot going. Keep your simmer pot going. So, oh hi, buddy. Did you wake up? Oh, so did I mention that my cat's names are Karma and Shadow Dancer?
No, I have
So,
Carmen.
so when we named our cats, the gray cat's mine, and I named him Shadow Dancer, and so the orange cat, we call him Karma, but my son actually named him Kurama, which is a Japanese word, so it's Kurama. So I guess it means orange fox in Japanese.
Okay.
My son named him
Karma.
that.
Yeah, nice.
Um, well, we call him Karma. And so, like, if I had recognized, because we've had these cats about 13 years, back then, what these past 13 years of this path was going to be, because it kind of fits shadow dancing, karma. It just the so like my son took me like for my first tattoo, and so it's a picture of me holding him, and my hair like grows into roses, and then there's a big infinity symbol underneath it. So I guess, considering that path, because that's like one of my favorite pictures. It looks like a picture my dad took of me holding him in a rocking chair when I brought him home for Christmas, like in the first year I had him. So I
Oh,
gotta hear him in my mouth. Um, so for my 50th birthday, my son got me my first tattoo. So it would have been 10 years ago on my left shoulder. Um,
how you feel about that?
about the tattoo,
Yeah.
I love it. Since then, I've gotten almost my whole back done, and my son's got a bunch of tattoos now too. I signed for him to get one too. He was underage. Now he's got a bunch of them too. He's got like a lot of the Pink Floyd albums and a bunch of really cool Japanese ones, and I really love his tattoos. He's got really cool ones, and they all have like really cool meanings to them, as well as mine do. Mine have a lot of meanings to them, like sentimentally between me and my mother and my son. Even though he never met my mom, I was pregnant with him when my mom passed away. I was taking care of her. Like I said, her actual cause of passing was pancreatic cancer, but she had ovarian cancer. But we had a thing. She was trying to fatten me up. She kept taking me out for burgers and hot fudge sundaes, and she kept saying I'm going to pass before he's born. So she kept taking me for ultrasounds so she could watch him
Oh,
like through my belly. We, kept going all the time. I remember her telling the technician all the time. She's like, "I'm not going to be here to see him," and um. I was just about 5.5 months pregnant with him when she passed. But here all the time anyways though. She's she pops in and out of here. Your mom had ovarian too. Yeah. Yeah.
you remember when I told you that my grandma was my daughter and me and my daughter? That grandma you was talking about, my first son was in my belly when she passed, and she was on her deathbed and said, "I wanted to see your baby."
Yeah.
I hate the shit that I said. Like, I don't even know what I said, but it was not encouraging her to live. I should have encouraged her to live, but when I saw her
That's
having a
right.
heart attack in the
Keep
car,
going.
like, I did not want her to deal with that shit. Like, it was bad. It was bad. So I don't know. It's over with now, ain't it?
That's why I started working specifically with a lot of these frequencies. This one's called Fragment Finder. I've got father wounds, mother wounds, heart healer, healthy intimacy, and so when we do a lot of this heart healing, womb healing, woman healing, healing through our chakras and our etheric field. It passes on generations forwards and backwards. So this healing goes literally back generations backwards and forwards through our DNA codes in our divine blueprint, generationally, genetically. I had a pretty traumatic birth. I was pretty sick. I had toxemia when I was pregnant with him. My mom was going through what she was going through. So the healing we're doing now is passing through to our children and their children. And we're also going backwards, to our parents or great grandparents back, even, even to what they call those galactics, even to people that could have, been through other countries or been going through servitude or human slavery. We're rippling this forward. We're echoing it. We're glimmering it throughout all of this and out into the collective consciousness. That's what we're doing just by speaking about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. And you know what I said today? Here's another one that you said. What was it that was heavy? Is that I said, I was in it, boy. I was in it. I said, what what if I just think that because somebody said to me about, "Oh, you think you're immortal." And I'm like, "Hell yeah, I'm immortal." And I
Yep.
was like, what if they're speaking that and I'm broken down in my broken existence right now and I let that sink in and then I'm the weak link and I did the made bad decisions with my children and then they turned out weaker than they would have been if I wouldn't have made the weak decisions and then they're not part of the generation that comes up and then there was that pivot was like, are you seriously going into that level of, well, then that's what you're going to get? I'm like, okay, no, I'm good. I'm good. I know who I am. I know why I'm here. I know where I am in the lineage. I already gave them more than double what was expected from what, not expected, but what I got to have them be 100% in who they are because people did shit to them around us. But I put into them for them to be who they are, which was more than I got. I had to figure that one out on my own. And I'm their mother. So that automatically ranked it up higher in the place of they already know who they are. So that's when I just told you about my daughter and being a Palladian. That was part of what I
Yeah.
thought about in that conversation with myself today was that. So, yeah, it was intense. That's real shit that's happening. And then I kind of got a little disconnect from my mom more because I feel like she's a fairy changeling and we talked on Facebook Messenger rarely. I would message her, but now Facebook kicked me out for good like another time. So I'm just yeah, I'm so done with Facebook. And
Yeah, you told me the other day you're not on there at all.
yeah. And so I tried to call her. She don't answer the phone from me. But when my aunt was alive, like she would answer the phone and she talks to my little cousins all the time because her mama passed away. That was her youngest sister's kids. But she won't answer the phone for me. Right? It's very like we talk, but I kind of like have to chase her down, and that bothers me because I say on one hand I pray that I'm not thinking that it's 11:11. I would type it, but I don't know how to get to the comments. So it's 11:11. So I
What's
want
211
her
here?
I want her to well, now it's 11:12, so that's 12:11 backwards. I want her to respond at least. And I made the decision, like, I'm forgiving her for this because I'm hoping that she's thinking she's immortal and going to live and not pass away. Because if she thinks she's going to pass away, then that's what she's going to get. And then I'm going to have, not only did she reject me, and reject me, abandon me, abuse me, and reject me if she leaves by unalivement because she thinks she's going to, which prayerfully she don't, then that's what she's left me with. And that's only to perpetuate some kind of deep-seated sickness. That's why I told you about ancestry and thinking that they're here to
Right.
tell us what we're not supposed to do. So I say, okay, today I made peace with that. I'm like, that's what we're not supposed to do, what my mom has done. And it feels like she's doing,
It's so strange. Like,
I'm gonna click over. I'm listening, but I'm clicking because my son just texted me. Okay,
okay, it's fine.
I'm here.
Um, I didn't see my dad, before he transitioned. He and I had a horrible fight. Like, he came after me and attacked me. So I walked out of his life and I didn't see him his last 3 months of his life. Um, and I had been living here, and then my son stayed here and dealt with him. And then when that happened, my son was on vacation and it was his birthday, and it happened over a blood moon. And so I was supposed to be here, like, helping take care of him. And I had to call my girlfriend and tell her, come pick me up and get out of here. And then, like, I had a horrible episode, like, where my crown chakra opened up wide, and my son came after, I mean, not my son, my dad came after me and attacked me. And so my friend called my son, and I was like, he was in Florida on vacation for his birthday. And so I was like crying for my mother. So my friend Brandy, you know, kind of like had to put me on my feet again and do some magic to like help me ground because it blew my crown wide open. So anyways, what happened is my friend had to take me to her mentor and teacher, Susie Rosinski, who's a really good medical qigong practitioner and Reiki master, and she had to open a portal and do some work on me, because what was actually happening is that they were trying to pull some heebie-jeebie on me from the underworld and like literally steal a part of my soul. And that was like part of soul contract work. And so like it was like some really heavy stuff. So she had to get me on her table and do some really serious work on me to recalibrate me and do some of that soul work on me. So when you really like work on some really heavy things, like I was like totally like out of it and didn't have a clue and didn't even recognize. So she put me back together, and that was good. But then I like just didn't associate with my biological father for those last 3 months, because that was like some really heavy stuff. And so like when he did transition, well, he had been sick as well. He had pneumonia and he had some really ugly diseases, and part of those diseases were from the attack at 9/11. I think I told you he was the president of the Firemen's Association in the state of New York.
Yeah.
He was being very heavily attacked himself. He had some really ugly diseases, and that's why they'd amputated his leg, and his legs had turned back. So I had to. So now that I see it in hindsight, after a lot of grief processing and understanding some things too, after doing some past life regression and seeing that also he was my son in another life and some other things.
Wow.
And now that I have some hindsight and looking at some other things generationally and understanding um where some of those other lives were, and also speaking to him now from the other side, because I mean, now I've had a chance to drive around and joke around with him and see him and do some of those forgiveness practices. It's different. And so I had to work on myself. So when you're dealing with like the woundedness or what happened with the abusive situation that you had in your human life, or the baby that you were, or the abuse that you had when you were a baby in your mother's womb, or your inner child things. And then when you expand past that to now and you're dealing with somebody from the spirit realm, it's a totally different relationship. So it's always working from where we're at now and with ourselves. It's just so different. It's always a lot. We're always doing a lot of healing work with ourselves, our higher selves, our inner child, and a lot of stuff, right? So it was a lot. I did a lot of work in the past 3 years. A lot of fucking work. It's
Yeah,
like,
but
oh
I
my
didn't
God, there's
know
a
that
lot of
about
fucking
your
work.
dad. That is traumatic.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna listen to
yeah.
this repeat and I'm gonna hear that part again because my son texted. But about
Yeah,
your
it's
crown
okay.
chakra and all,
Yeah, so there was a lot. There's a lot of things I didn't understand
how
that I
did
had
you
got come to a
handle
lot of
that?
great understanding about.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
and for my child as well. Because, and also I was going through a lot of illnesses. Like I said, I had to get back on my feet and walk again. And here's my kid. Like, you know, yeah, yeah,
so
yes, yeah,
your
it's a
daddy
lot.
wasn't like that to you, like y'all just like he was what made him be assault you like that?
No, my mother went through a lot of great assault from him, and we were on the run, and he used to try to chase us down and kidnap us and take us hostage when I was a small child, and I was totally taken away from him. And then I had been in some foster homes, and then I was adopted. So no, he wasn't a part of my life when I was a younger child. So no, this was all something new. And then he came back into my life after he got remarried to my stepmother, who was his fifth wife, and after I had my child. So no, there was a whole bunch of tumultuous things that happened to me in my life. Um, but I was always close with his parents, his mother. My grandmother always had me in her life. Um, so no, I had a very strange, unorthodox upbringing and a lot of freaked out shit that happens. It's like I have a
I don't know
very,
why I like that word so much, unorthodox.
yeah. Woo!
Okay,
Yeah.
so but okay, so maybe I want to just make sure I have this straight. He was the one that you called and you moved in with and got the house and
So yeah, like I
okay.
knew something was going to happen because I knew I was going to die if I didn't get the F out of Florida. So I called him and asked for help.
Okay, I got you.
And then he came to Florida and picked me up, and we didn't even make it as far as Georgia. And that tumor burst, and they mercy flighted me back
Holy
to Charleston area,
smokes.
West Virginia, and I landed in a coma, and he ended up bringing my kid up here.
Oh my
And
God.
so that's how my kid ended up in this house, and I
Wow.
ended up in a coma. And
How old
then
was your son?
he was 11 turning 12. That was 12.
Wow.
No, yeah, no, 12. That was 13, 14 years ago, and that's how I landed here. So no, I wasn't like close with my dad, and then I came back here after I woke up from my coma to try to get back with my kid, and my dad was here, and we kind of went right back to button heads because everything I'd been through when I was a child. But so look at, I look just exactly like my dad. And so I kind of recognize now I am my father's daughter. Now I kind of jump up and down on my rebounder and I yell stuff like that. I am my father's daughter. Because I'm like, like sometimes I'm really like, oh, stuff comes out of my mouth and I'm like, yo, I know where I get that from. Like you can't.
I look like my dad too.
Now I'm like, bless my mother. How did she even look at my face? I'm like, you poor woman. I'm sorry, mommy. You had to look at this. The fuck?
I think I remember one of the abusive comments from one of my parents, probably my dad, perhaps, but this could be completely dreamed up, but I don't think so. You look like me, but you talk like your mother. You act like your mother, something like that. I might have just put that together in my own self, but somebody along the way, that was the feeling.
So here's the total difference. My son looks exactly like my mother. I can't. I just love going and looking at him so I can look at her face.
Oh,
he's like, Mom, that's so stalkerish. Get out of my room. But actually looks like my mother's father. My mother looked just like her father. And so I think that's probably like the come around, because, my mom told me in the end how horrible it was with her mother and father. Because she's like, so I remember them throwing ashtrays at each other. And so my grandpa came to me in spirit on my mom's side. Because I'm a medium, there's spirits around all the time. So I remember my grandpa and my uncle coming in. I had this dream about it. My grandfather showed me this ashtray, right? It was shaped like a square, but he turned it. So it was like this. And in the middle of the ashtray it said, a family that smokes together, chokes together. And he was making jokes. So that grandpa, he's like me, always telling them slick ass jokes from the side. He always had one of those laughing boxes, from Spencer's. Remember those Spencer stores at the mall? And that box in his pocket that would laugh, ha ha, ho, 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 like the Santa box. And he always had them teeth too. We'd whip them teeth out of his pocket, like the ones that would clack across the table. And so I've been thinking about that a lot lately, always a side ass joke. So I was hearing that the other night because my dad's always sitting over here. His chair used to be right here, but my son just threw it out. We got a different chair over here. And so he's over here the other night. So my two grandpas were in here telling jokes. All of a sudden I hear my dad go, yeah, and if I had a new rope, I bet you'd hang yourself with it too, wouldn't you? And I was like, here we go with jokes again. I'm like, you guys are so marauders. What is with that's with the memes last night, and you made that good thing. Yeah. That's why I was with the mad cards. I've got those mad cards, what, me, worry, and they've got all the nights and stuff, because I could hear him. He was and I'd ground your bones to bake my bread. I'm like, stop. He's got the worst slick jokes.
Pete's. That was the other part of talking with you.
That's what I'm saying.
You got that whole dark side too.
Machiavellian
dark side.
So dark. Yeah, I had a new rope. You'd hang yourself with it. I'd ground your bones to break my bread. Stop. When I laugh, I always, dark humor. I can't even tell you what he says about the dark Irish. We're Irish. His mother was born in Wales. His papa was born in County Cork. That's the shit. I'm telling you. You should have heard what he was saying to me when I said we're not getting food stamps this month. I still had some left from last month. We went grocery shopping. Right before I popped on here. That's why my hair was still wet. I was like, stop. We were making the soda bread. That's why I heard about ground your bones to make your bed. I'm like, are we having soda bread? Because my cousins, we got on the group text about, he was like, we were talking about Thanksgiving dinner. I go, we're going to Jen's. Because I texted her, I go, it's the year of Jen. So anyways, I'm not going to tell you about my family jokes, but yeah, it's year of Jen. We're going to Jen's house for dinner. Anyways,
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might go find a community meal
we're all
by
piling into
myself
my car.
here. Nobody invites me for dinner.
I'm going to where I know the food's good.
That's what I'm talking about. Shoot. That's why I'll be
And I
inviting
can bring home
myself.
leftovers
Ain't too ashamed to beg. What do you
and
call it? Ain't too
snag a box.
tired.
Listen, I know I go to Jen's and I can snag a box of like some good Irish chocolates and a bottle of wine and bring home. I
Oh,
know where I'm
that's
going.
perfect for me. I'm not kidding. Today I'm sober a year, and I said, what do I want to do? Well, how grateful I said I want to go get some wine and cheese and
I,
celebrate.
that's it. I love wine. I'm a snacker. I want nuts, wine, cheese. Listen, I got the
I could
same
live
wine
on
cheese
wine
that
and
I've had for
cheese
two
straight up,
years.
and water, of course, but wine,
No,
cheese, and
wine
water
won't
is
go
my thing.
bad.
And pickles. I like pickles too.
Oh my gosh, I had pickles for dinner, pickles and crackers for dinner last night.
Yeah, same. Not that I had it for dinner, but I could eat it for dinner if I had it. So, all
I
right,
love
woman.
cheese, crackers, pickles. So, listen, I travel off course. Listen to me, I travel off course all the time.
Well, I am probably going to try to go to church in the morning. I'm feeling
That's
better.
good.
Yeah.
You are a priest now and forevermore in the order of Melchizedek. So the pictures just popped up this weekend. This is also the anniversary of when I got ordained. I'm an ordained minister.
So, can you go to the prisons?
Hmm.
I want to get ordained the way you got ordained then, because I want to go to the prisons. And then that travel thing you said, that's what I want to do.
Oh, do it. Daniel
So how did you get
Chesbros, who I
ordained?
got ordained by in the order of Melchizedek. It's the priesthood of individuals committed to teach or heal in the human condition, as it emerges in the age of Aquarius, because we don't discriminate and everybody's welcome. And so we're just everybody's represented.
How much does it cost for that course?
You don't even, it's not even necessarily that you have to take a course. I think it costs how much did it cost me? $395 or
Okay. That
$375.
sounds more realistic because I want that certification to be able to walk into the prisons and do the little things that I have set up for them for their mental health. Like I want to stay in each town
Yes.
at least like a month and
Oh,
go to
that's
that prison for like a
perfect.
month. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
that's
really
good.
perfect. The visions that I kept having was traveling like by RV and being able like to go place to place, because we're all equal to serve in the freedoms of that. And so, it's called the Sanctuary of the Beloved, in the order of Melchizedek. And so it's
Will
based
you
on the
send
school
that
of
to me?
prophets of the Essenes. Or so like they call it the Great White Brotherhood, but it doesn't,
Yeah, I
you
know
know what that
that. I've
means,
heard.
right?
I've
You know
I
what it
follow
means.
them. Yeah, for sure. I
Right.
follow some of that
Okay.
on TV, on YouTube. That's some of my part of my stuff I don't talk to people about out here. But the Great White
Yeah.
Brotherhood for
I
sure.
mean, yeah, well, they are just misunderstanding of that, because, it's in, it's in similar things as Yogananda and the living masters, and the ascended masters. It's just how we serve through free will of individual expression.
Yeah, and they just talk about she got some like language. My goodness. Will you send that to me? That name of
I
that?
certainly
All
will.
right, thank you. All right, what else?
Yes.
I know that we're gonna be on doing this again, but for tonight, I
Yeah.
felt like there was something else.
You getting
Thank you.
tired, honey? Make
I'm
sure you drink
tired. Yeah,
water.
I do. I
Yeah, I
drink
felt
it
like
all
you were
night,
getting
but
tired.
I
And make sure
just
you drink water.
I do. I have my big thing of it that I keep next to my bed, and today was intense, but I know it was pivotal. Because when I told you the dark side of it,
Oh,
the
yeah, you're
light
right.
side.
The seven sacred rays, the seven
Yeah.
sacred cloaks. Yeah, the name does feel unfortunate. But it's been there for a long time. I think people just misinterpret it, Luna.
Yep.
But yeah.
All right. Well, I love
All
you.
right, honey.
And
So we'll close out. I love you too. We're after midnight here, so happy Sunday fun day, and we'll catch up and continue this another time. Much
there we
love to
go.
everybody.
God is love.
God is love.